Welcome, and thank you for joining us at Action Dice Tabletop Gaming. On this channel, we play the popular role-playing game Marvel Multiverse, where we take you to where the action is. My name's Copy, and with me as always is my discount dollar store duplicate, Paste.
Yes, normally I go by the name Pace, but not today. For today, I am Corsair, captain of the Starjammers, expert pilot, world-renowned pirate, and self-proclaimed lover extraordinaire.
Hold still. There's something on your face. I'm gonna get it. Stay still.
No, it's the source of all my powers! No, but seriously, we are excited to be playing the Starjammers today.
Corsair, Christopher Summers. Once a U.S. Air Force pilot, Christopher Summers was abducted by the alien Shi'ar after a tragic accident separated him from his young sons, Cyclops and Havok. Reforged as Corsair, he's the charismatic swashbuckling leader of the Starjammers. A natural strategist and daring adventurer, Corsair embodies the rogue hero who fights tyranny across the stars. Hepzibah, a fierce feline alien of the Mephetozoid race, Hepzibah is Corsair's loyal companion and lover. Agile, sharp-tongued, and deadly in combat, she combines cat-like reflexes with razor-sharp instincts. Though often blunt and quick-tempered, Hepzibah has a strong sense of loyalty to her crew, making her both their protector and their sharp-edged voice of reason. Raza Longknife, a hardened warrior with a tragic past. Raza is a cybernetically augmented alien swordsman whose honor runs as deep as his sorrow. Once a member of a proud people, he carries both the dignity of a noble fighter and the bitterness of a survivor. Quiet, calculating, and deadly with a blade, Raza brings a stoic edge to the Starjammers. Ch'od. A towering reptilian powerhouse, Ch'od is as gentle with his friends as he is merciless with his enemies. His immense strength and resilience make him the team's heavy hitter, while his calm and steady nature balances the more fiery tempers of his crewmates.
This encounter will have lots of action as the Starjammers race against time to save Corsair's son, Alex Summers, aka Havok, from an impenetrable fortress-like prison, where he's set to be executed for crimes against the Shi'ar Empire.
In order for the Starjammers to save Corsair's son Havok, they're going to have to go up against some of the biggest and heaviest hitters the Shi'ar Empire have to throw at them. That means the Imperial Guard, including the Praetor Gladiator.
With that said, let's take to the stars and roll some dice. Ready?
Set. Action.
In the endless expanse of the Shi'ar Empire, justice is swift, but rarely just. Branded a traitor and condemned for execution, Alex Summers, known as Havok, has been falsely convicted of crimes against the throne. Now, on board a massive prison ship, Havok hurls towards his execution. But across the star lanes, the renegade captain Corsair and his outlaw crew, the Starjammers, race against time to snatch Corsair's son from the Empire's unyielding grasp. The Starjammers have raided various Shi'ar vessels countless times over the years, but today, as they approach the Shi'ar prison transport ship carrying Havok, they must also face the Praetor of the Imperial Guard, Gladiator.
Coming at us fast, something does. Corsair, Gladiator it is. Damn, doesn't he ever take a day off? Strap in, people. Ch'od, take evasive maneuvers.
I will of course try, Captain, but I could sooner dodge a speeding bullet.
He is Kalark, known throughout the galaxy as Gladiator, a being whose power can rival a god's, and whose loyalty to the Shi'ar Empire is absolute.
They will not interfere. Alex Summers will face his judgment, and I will deal with his obstinate pirate father.
Like a spear of living energy, Gladiator drives through the Starjammer's bow, ripping into its belly with terrifying precision.
Praetor, ye dishonor thine station. Ye doth attack us without challenge.
Stop now and turn your vessel back, rebels, or I'll be forced to take action.
Then ye better hit hard, Kalark, cause we are not stopping. Starjammers, initiate the Praetor protocol. We cannot, Captain. Thy shunt drive is disabled, and transporters are offline.
We are still closing in on boarding range of the Shi'ar prison ship, Captain.
While I sympathize with your plight, I cannot permit you to interfere with Shi'ar justice. Stand down, or I'll be forced to tear this ship apart.
then a fight it is. No, don't! Jode, get the transporters back online.
On it, Captain. Rerouting power to backup short-range transporters.
Damn it, Clark. My son is innocent. There is no justice to be gained here for the Shi'ar.
The ruling has been made. No one is above Shi'ar law, especially not the son of a rebel.
Was that us?
Sorry, Captain. No. It seems the Shi'ar vessel has transported the Praetor to them just as their ship made its jump.
Blast! We can't let them get away. Track them, Jode.
We cannot, Captain. They are gone. Incoming message. It's encrypted. Origins appear to be from Chandalar.
Chandalar? Run those old decryption codes we got from Lilandra, the ones we used back when we were smuggling her through the Empire.
It worked. The codes appear to be coordinates to a small moon called Gilnax 9.
Not on any of our star charts, it is. New to us, this moon. Lilandra must be trying to secretly help us. This must be the prison facility where they're taking Alex. I'll bet my last American dollar on it.
If thine information be true, then 'tis to be heavily fortified. We doth not know a whit of what we're up against.
You're right, and we can't afford another failed rescue attempt. Alex's execution is set to be broadcast 48 standard hours from now. We need good, reliable intel, fast. And that leaves just one person in the galaxy who can get it for us.
Nowhere. A space station on the fringes of the galaxy. You find yourself in a smoky, dingy bar. Neon glyphs flicker, and the bartender you see is busy serving drinks to some off-duty Kree soldiers. In a corner booth, bathed in shadow, you see a diminutive, furry creature who's nursing a glowing drink and casually polishing a large, massive plasma rifle. Sitting next to him, a large tree seems to grin and then waves at you.
We wave back collectively and with a group. Big smile.
Well, using Corsair's contact trait, you've reached out to none other than Rocket Raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
So let's retroactively give a roll to establish just how well that call went and see what kind of info Rocket Raccoon was able to collect for you.
Right. Okay.
So give me one heck of an ego check. Let's see what you get. Not pass or fail. It just depends on how well you do is how much info Rocket was able to get in such a hasty period of time.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So this is based off of, Corsair made the call, so we'll make it off of Corsair's ego.
Yeah, of
I
course.
think he's probably got, +4. Okay, seems pretty good.
That's
pretty good. Well, we got a Marvel on the Marvel dice, so that's something, but only 2s on the outside, so that makes
what's the
it
total?
14.
13 was the target, but with the Marvel, we get a little extra bonus juice.
Perfect.
Yeah. So as you see this branch of a creature just sort of wave over at you, well, what's the Starjammers doing?
Yeah, so we do vaguely remember, I think, this bar. And as we're walking in, we do, well, this is Corsair, I'll say, we'll kind of look over at the bartender, and thankfully he's busy, as you said, and we're probably going to notice these older portraits hanging up among other portraits behind the bar that says "Do not serve." Or,
like warning signs or like wanted signs or something?
Like, you know, how bartenders will hang a picture of people who they don't want in the bar anymore because they got kicked out in the past.
Yeah, so these would be like digital frames with like images of flashing of the Starjammers.
Yeah, all 4 of our images will be there, except there'll be younger versions of us, and we'll probably look beaten up a little bit, some with like bloody noses or black eyes, something like that. Like big grins on our faces, like we just like been through a bar fight. But we'll just kind of like, you know, hand up the side of the face and kind of scamper maybe the long way around to get to Rocket's booth, just so the bartender maybe not see us and make this a little bit more awkward than it needs to be, or shorter a visit than it needs to be.
All right. So you approach the corner booth there with
sticking to the shadows and kind of take the long way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Trying not to be suspicious.
All right.
Suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
And as you approach, you hear the wisecracking voice of a little raccoon who pops up and says, "You're crazy, Corsair. And low credits, too, from what I hear. I can deal with crazy. But broke's a problem. And just so you know, the intel you're looking for, it ain't coming cheap.
Yeah, Corsair might be a little frazzled by that statement, being as he's walking up to Rocket and be like, Rocket, buddy, come on, I've been called many things in my time. Most of them true. But broke? No. Broke's definitely not what I would describe the Starjammers.
Excuse me if I don't take the word of a pirate about his credits, huh?
Credits we might be not as flush on as we once were, but we definitely have things to barter and trade. I mean, let me tell you about this time we actually raided this Omega-class freighter. Not only did we come away with a whole bunch of high-tech weaponry and other types of booty, but we've got Kree tech, we've give Skrull tech, we've got Brood tech, even Badoon.
Weapons, now you're talking my language. You want to give another ego check to see if Rocket's buying what you're...
See if he's believing my, if this is my showmanship here, my old bluff or whatever it may be.
Yeah, what'd you get?
8, but with ego, you said? 8 plus 4 would be a 12.
Yeah. Weapons is stuff that I already have, you see. Oh. But I do have my eye on that fancy ship of yours, the Starjammer.
No, not for sale. First, my friend, no, you can't part with the Starjammer. That's our home.
I'm not saying it's for sale. I'm just saying you can use it as a little bit of collateral, you know?
Rocket, like, my son's life is at stake here. Normally, if this is what it would take, then we'll come up with some sort of negotiation. Maybe a timeshare thing. Maybe you can borrow it sometime. We'll if you need a lift, we'll give you a ride. The Starjammers at your call, if need be. You can't part with it, but we'll definitely give you a ride when you need one.
Hearing the plea about obviously Corsair's predicament and obviously the venture that they're into trying to save his son, you do hear the baritone voice of the talking tree turn to everyone, especially to Rocket, mostly towards Rocket. I'm Groot. So yeah, Rocket will just sort of like kind of roll his eyes. He'll look at Groot and be like, you're such a softie. Sometimes I wish you had made a heart of wood. All right. Maybe we come up with a deal there. Maybe I just take this Starjammer for a spin a little bit, eh? Well, we'll see. So, you want intel on that big ugly prison then, eh?
That's what we're here for, yes.
Yeah, that fortress, more security measures than you got brain cells, I tell you. Yeah, I know the place, but I warn you, the Shi'ar don't exactly have an open door policy.
Yeah, we expected as much. That's what we called you. You're the best, Rocket. You know how to get intel when we need it the most.
Yeah, of course. You came to the right guy.
Sorry, does Rocket have a map of this place that he's able to show us? Like, has he projected this, like a holographic image of some, so we have sort of some idea of...
For sure, yeah, absolutely. With the Marvel you got on that roll for the intel, he did a little extra digging. So yeah, he's definitely got a schematic that he can give you. It'll be a schematic of the outline of a ground level, room by room sort of passageways and rooms and things like that, like a blueprint. Whether it's up to date or if there's been any changes, well, who knows? You're gonna have the perimeter scanners. They don't just scan for weapons. They scan for biosignatures. So if you're thinking about sneaking in with a fake ID and a fancy haircut, well, forget about it. Then they got the pulse turrets on every tower. So if you're thinking about doing a fly-in, I hope your cloaking device is up top grade. Then there's the patrols, the security drones, the laser grids, there's energy dampeners, anti-teleportation fields. Shi'ar prisons are like a buffet of things that make me want to turn around and go home. You'll want stealth suits if you're sneaky, jammers if you're techie, explosives if you're me. Seriously, pack a couple of charges. Grappling lines if you like to use vents, and oh yeah, don't forget medkits. Yeah, you're gonna need them if things go sideways, and they always do. Best shot, you either sneak in quiet like through the sewer shafts, or you make a big noisy distraction, and so half the guards are off chasing ghosts while you go nabby guy. Me, I like explosions. But stealth works too, if you're boring.
So if we're all sitting around at the table at his booth there, we're all kind of focused on this map as he's projecting and he's kind of explaining these areas.
Yeah.
He did mention something about a sewer shaft. So
yeah.
Okay, so Corsair, because I think they're thinking right now is they got to try to go in as quietly as possible, not to try to attract attention, because the last time they attracted attention, they had a gladiator spear right through their ship. So I think we want to try to keep it...
with the Imperial Guard, yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. Starjammer does have stealth technology. So
hopefully we can stealth in as close as possible, either beam down. I guess what I want to get, maybe what I want to ask Rocket right now as Corsair, I mean, we'll say something like, times like this, you got to think like a pirate. So tell me more about that back door you mentioned. The sewers?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Funny you should mention it like that. So it just so happens that dealing with organic prisoners means you gotta deal with their waste, right? And I'm not talking leftovers here. No, well, that's gotta go somewhere. Better out than in. Slipping through the waste disposal shafts is a classic Terran maneuver. Weird how other species don't seem to think of that sort of thing. Anyway, maybe that's an advantage for you.
Our minds are always in the gutter.
So he would pull up with the schematic, and he would sort of go through it, and he'd zoom in and bring it to where the sort of at a distance from the actual facility. Maybe there's some crags and breaks in the lunar surface from where this thing is.
Right.
So you can sort of go under radar and just sort of get into where the shaft sort of open up to. Right. Then you can traverse through the sewer shafts until you get to a point where you're underneath the prison.
Are these large enough for, like, are we talking like smaller little things, or I'm just trying to think like if Cho should come along or if he should maybe stay behind as our getaway pilot?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, definitely the sewer pipes are large enough where medium-sized humanoids could make through, not too much of a problem.
Okay.
Cho would probably get through, but it would be a bit of a tight fit in some of the areas.
Okay, so I think that will be I think that's probably going to be our point of entry here. But our main goal is, assuming we can get through the sewers well enough, we want to get into the facility, and our first objective once we're inside the facility is we got to try to find the, I guess security hub, because we need to locate exactly where Alex or Havok is inside this facility, right? I want to know if you'd be able to tell us on the map where some of these more high profile rooms that we want to get to would be located, so we can kind of plan, how to connect the dots, how we would go from here. Yeah,
we could play it so much that as you're moving through the map, we can just sort of, you'll get an intel sort of from Rocket, but it'll just be in a narration form so that you sort of know where you're going from. So you can sort of pinpoint and dictate where you want to go, and then as we go through it, you'll have the info as if Rocket had told it to you as you were planning. So we'll do sort of like a montage as we move through the map. We can also just sort of go through what you'd expect to encounter as if Rocket was telling you it, and then we can do some rolls to see how well you actually navigate it. But he can sort of give you an idea as to where sort of like what kind of security measures you can expect, what you sort of want to aim for first as you work your way through the levels, and then depending on how well you do and what you encounter, you'll sort of gain more information as to where you want to sort of track down or where Havok may be. You're eventually going to have to get a hold of, and Rocket would tell you this, you're going to have to get into one of the mainframes, the security mainframes, to really track down that information. Yeah. He's not going to have that without accessing it. Yeah, I figured kind of like, A New Hope style, when they're on the Death Star and they have to like go into the computer room there and figure out where Princess Leia's being held. That's kind of our go-to tactic here as well too. Once we get inside, we need to find out where Havok is. Yeah, this is definitely a reverse Shawshank into A New Hope sort of scenario. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And find our way to Havok, free Havok, and get out of there. Now, like, how much planning can we do ahead of time? Like, if we're trying to... Yeah, Rocket was able to pull up some intel for you. He's also known for packing a lot of gear and having access to some pretty heavy firepower. If it's the Rocket Raccoon we all know and love. Okay. So he's not going to send you. But I mean, the Starjammers are going to have their own equipment probably for these types of. Okay. It's not their first barbecue. Okay. Or their the first break-in or break-out of prison, I'm sure. Yeah. They've spent some time in and out of prisons. That's where they met, right? So getting out of prisons is their specialty. Getting into prisons may be something they don't typically do unless they're on the, being escorted inside. Is there anything particular that you think that the Starjammers may need some assistance with in terms of cracking into the safe? I guess it depends on how much you'll let us already have in our storage or our reserves, like what we can bring with us. I mean, like we want to. I imagine they probably have maybe Shi'ar uniforms that they've gotten from their many raids on the Shi'ar ships. I'm sure they've got something in their cargo still, so we might be able to bring a uniform with us to put on, so we can try to blend in as we're trying to get through the hallways to room. Just thinking out loud a little bit, plan this a little bit. I think maybe we will keep Chode in the Starjammer as our kind of a getaway pilot, but I don't want to miss out on too much of the fun near the end. Ideally, once we find where Havok is being located, I'm thinking maybe we could have
Rocket maybe arm us with something that's maybe like a little bunker bustery that Chode could kind of like open a little exit hatch for us maybe through a wall or through a ceiling, depending if he could fly over, if we could find out exactly where he's located, maybe call it into him. I don't know, maybe he can shoot through the few floors, wherever, open it up, and then we can, I don't know, teleport, interact. I guess we do have teleport technology. I'm assuming
Rocket already mentioned to you that got anti-teleportation fields.
Yeah, this would simplify things if we could teleport in it, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. So likely that's not something you're not going to be able to do in a max security prison like this.
If Rocket's got something that's big and boomy.
Rocket's always got something big and boomy. Let me introduce you to my STD, Super Terrain Destroyer.
No, I don't want an STD.
What? You don't have an STD? Everyone needs an STD. Yeah.
That acronym sounds a little funny to a human ear, but all right. And he's willing to part with this or lend it or?
Oh, it's going on your bill there, Corsair. And you better be good for it too.
Okay, so maybe we can work that into our plan as an exit strategy.
Gotta warn you though, it's one shot only with this kind of power. Don't miss.
Okay. Good to know. What else could we possibly know? Maybe it's hard to tell until we get in there, but you said something about health packs?
Med packs.
Med packs? You can always use a health potion. I don't know how much we can carry with us if we're going to backpack some. Okay, so we're going to try to get in there with the uniform. We'll have Chode ready with the big ordnance for an escape vector. So yeah, we need to get into. Well, guess we'll need something to hack into the machinery, right?
Hacking into Shi'ar tech. You're gonna need something a little help with that, I suppose. Yeah, I might be able to whip you up something, maybe. I don't know. Rocket would definitely have an ability to get you or make you a universal key card. But what he could do is he just takes a napkin and he just starts drawing out some schematics. And yeah, if you think you could craft this, good luck. Just make sure you don't reverse the reverse polarity on this thing. Because, yeah, that's going to end your trip real quick.
Corsair may not know which way to hold this up, so he'll kind of pass it to Raza and Chode, because they're the more gearhead guys in the team. So Chode and Raza would kind of look at that and all right, Captain, we got some of this back on the hold, but we'll have to pick some of this and this way. Chode will be like, we're going to need to pick up some of these parts here. And they'll just kind of converse back and forth. I'm like, okay, you guys got this, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyone can follow a recipe, but the question is, can you cook? Huh? All right.
Good question. Yeah. So I think we can roll for that maybe later as we're getting on the ship. We can kind of manufacture it on our way there.
No doubt you could definitely craft it on the way. It shouldn't take too long to craft it. How well you craft it, give a logic check for it.
Yeah, okay, cool. So how well it gets crafted will be based on how well we roll the logic check?
Yeah. It could crack the first time you use it. It could...
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see how well you can craft it, essentially. That's going to determine the benefit that it will give you in terms of using it for slicing into or hacking into some of the mainframes. I assume you're going to be using it for the purpose. Anything else you want to get from Rocket before?
Well, I think he's been a huge help. Of course, I would say as much. Like, Rocket, my friend, this is amazing. Thank you for coming through in the clinch. I know we put you in a tight spot, and we are not broke. We are good for this. We'll pay you back in trade or whatever credits we do have. And we'll definitely give you a ride on the Starjammer whenever you need it. We'll even help you on one of your own personal heists if you need to. We'll call you. I owe you a favor. Basically, what I'm trying to say. We owe you one.
Yeah, it's good to always have somebody to take a fall from you. I mean, help me out whenever I need it. All right, you just be good for it.
We'll give you back your STD when we're done with it. Don't worry.
Now you keep it. It's a one-time use to the situation. I'm just gonna add it to your bill.
The STD is forever, isn't it? Okay.
You can't get
rid of this thing.
The Starjammers are still in the Nowhere space station, and the Starjammer is docked, and it's getting some repairs done to it. You also have an opportunity to pick up some supplies and some gear from Nowhere. There's lots of vendors in order to do that.
Yeah, we'll pick up what we need. Again, what Chode and Raza need for their schematic to get that put together. We can pick up whatever supplies we don't already have in the ship. And the Starjammer itself does have a regenerative ability. It has ability to heal itself. So I'm hoping that would speed up the repairs. Again, we are racing the clock. I would have said that we probably just got the ship shunt drive up and running again, just to get us here to Nowhere. And as the ship's starting to repair itself, maybe we can get the people at Nowhere to help speed up repair, but it can repair itself.
They're also aware that they're under a pretty tight time clock.
Yeah.
Like there is an execution order for
A lot
Havok,
of duct
and
tape going on right now.
Yeah.
Patches up quick.
It's a quick and dirty job. It's definitely not up to 100%, but it's well enough to get space worthy again and make the trip to the planet. Now, just before you're able to disembark from the station, do you want to do the logic roll right now to see if you can see how? Okay, so who's going to be? Are you going to do like a help teammate situation between Raza?
Chode's got Gearhead, which is a trait I gave him because he's primarily the man who does most of the repairs on Starjammer.
Yeah, you got to have an engineer.
They have an edge on logic checks when trying to figure out how any machine works. So you give me a play here?
Sure.
Beauty.
Let's see what you get.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So Chode and Hepzibah are hard at work trying to get this schematic up and working. I am going to re-roll that Marvel because I only got a 3 on the Marvel, but we're doing okay so far. So edge 1-0 for the Gearheads. I only went from a 3 to a 4. Let's try again with Raza's help.
Re-roll Marvel.
Back into a 4. Okay, 14 total.
Okay, 14 is not. It's definitely not bad. It's not a huge success, but it's definitely serviceable. You're looking at it, and Chode and Raza both sort of look after it, and it's, as far as I could tell, they followed the schematic correctly. They had enough parts. Everything went together. They only had a few things left over. So, as things are when you're building it. Okay. So yeah, they're looking at it, and it seems pretty solid. It seems like it would service them fairly well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we got that away. So I mentioned with that done and any other, I guess we probably may have had some med packs in there, but we may pick up a few more from nowhere before we go.
And you're able to pick up the weapon that Rocket supplied you as well.
He gave us this STD, did he?
That
Rocket. Not the first time I was leaving nowhere with an STD.
Yeah. So we got med packs, we've got the weapon, and we've got a key card. It seems reasonable that the Starjammers would have already had some uniforms on their ship as
they've raided so many Shi'ar vessels before. I'm sure they've kept behind maybe some crate full of uniforms and weapons and stuff like that too. So they can look the part. But I would also say if Corsair, Hepzibah, and Raza are the ones that are going to be going in through the tunnels with uniforms, but I think they'd probably want to put makeup on their faces as well too, because I don't think these helmets have faceplates from recollection, from what I've seen in the comics. I think the faces are open. They just have these weird frilly-like helmets.
Okay.
For the plumage of the Shi'ar hair, so that we'd probably do a little makeup as well to give the skin tone right, and the little eye makeup they tend to have, so we kind of fake it a little better along as the uniform as well too.
Let's actually first off, let's just see how well it does take for you to get there. We're just going to do a couple checks. So we'll do a piloting check, an engineer check, and a navigation check.
Okay.
To see how far and how quickly we can get there. Again, time is of the essence. So it's not a pass or fail. You will get there.
Okay.
Depending on if there's any engine problems, if you're sailing along at a good speed, or if there's any blips or glitches along the way.
Okay. Do you want me to roll for that individually, or do you want me to assign?
Yeah, so there'll be 3 checks. So you assign who's doing what. So who's doing the piloting, who's going to do the engine, and who's going to do the navigation.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So as far as piloting is concerned, I think we'll have Corsair and piloting and Chode co-piloting. They both have the piloting trait. So Corsair would have a good handy co-pilot with him in case we do poorly on this action check. Hepzibah, I think, would do the navigation because it's one of her stations, and then that would leave Raza for the engineering.
Okay.
His primary station.
So great. Okay. So for piloting skill, we're going to do an agility check.
Yeah.
For that one.
And we'll have an edge for piloting traits because Corsair will be flying this in here. Ooh, not bad. We already got a Marvel on the Marvel die, but again, 2-2. So with the edge of piloting, turn that into a 5. 20.
That is a great number, especially with the Marvel on there. If they were ever motivated to get to a destination as quickly as they could possibly get, now is the time.
Yeah,
and they are laser focused on getting there. So that is an amazing piloting.
Corsair's resolve and determination, he was really focusing on in his piloting and navigating. But I guess with the navigator's help,
let me put it this way: it's all the rolls are going to be cumulative. So let's see what we also have for the navigation yet as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
navigation will be vigilance. Let's just try that.
Okay. So we'll have Hepzibah do her vigilance check. She's pretty decent at vigilance. Yeah, excellent. Nailing this one. So she's going to have a +4 to her non-combat check for vigilance. Let's see what we roll here. That is a 9 +4, so a 13.
A 13?
Yeah, we got a 13 total.
Okay, that's not bad. 13 is the target number that you needed for that one. So yeah, it's
so as good as their piloting was, they actually piloted very, very well to the right destination.
correct.
Okay, great.
Yeah, they did get to the correct destination so far, but so far they're making good time.
Okay.
But let's just make sure the engines keep up with the piloting skills and the navigation. So as long as we don't have any issue with the engines, things are looking pretty good for the Starjammers so far.
So far, so good. All right, logic check for Raza. Okay, he's got a +3 to his logic. This is cybernetic parts helping out there. 16 total.
Okay, yeah, that's again a good score for that.
Great.
Okay, excellent. Now with the combination of navigation, engines keeping up with the pace, and some just amazing piloting, you've actually been able to shave off time. You get there a little bit faster than the star charts would have normally indicated that you could do that. Yeah, the Starjammers
That's
are.
my girl. All right.
I love it. Starjammers are motivated and they are locked in. Even with all of that going on, you do manage to, of course, craft your item as well. It was probably during the trip to save time, I think, was established. Now, the other thing too is you said you wanted to prepare your uniforms, your costumes, your disguise.
Yeah, like once we get close to the station, or close to orbit, we'll say.
There's enough time to suggest that you would have the ability to craft an item as well as get your gear ready.
Right. So so we get our gear ready, we get whatever makeups we need to make the look more authentic.
Yeah.
So do you want to roll something for how well we did our paint job?
You want to make sure, you can get these things.
The uniforms are put on right. Fitting.
Uniforms put on right, and the fact that you don't stand out too abruptly, and you get everything put on correctly.
Face backwards. Group maybe ego check to project the look.
Yeah, it would be more of a. I agree. I think it would be more of a persona.
Yeah,
because
we could
fall under ego.
Look in the mirror can determine like how well we did our makeup.
Yeah. So
how we perceive ourselves as Shi'ar.
Yeah, we'll set a target number, and you could give me one roll. Add your best cheek ego check.
That would be Corsair. That was the best ego right now.
Because this will come most. I mean, if you do run into some patrols, I'm assuming you want these disguises to help in terms of.
So I think Corsair will be checking over the uniforms and making sure that everything looks the part, right?
Great.
So they're getting ready to depart. So we'll have an ego check for Corsair. Any edges available for this one? Because I only got, let's see, that's a 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 4 is 11.
Because it's a group check, we're gonna give you one edge on that to make sure that everyone's working together to get this.
Reroll this 1, then I can't do worse than 1. So, all right, roll into a 5. Perfect. Okay, 15.
Okay, 15 is they could potentially pass as long as they don't get under close inspection. I think they fairly much look the part.
Yeah, so I think we're all
one a little bit more furrier than.
Well, yeah, we're hiding her tail in her uniform. Yeah, we taped it down or whatever like that.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm going for.
Her tail's not sticking out. That's why we put on the makeup. Her tail's hidden away. It's Raza's. We kind of plastered up his robotic side of his face as well too. Hidden his eye. Maybe not too unrealistic. Have maybe an eye patch. We'll probably go with it. He's got an eye patch on right now.
Like I said,
robotic eye. Yeah.
If 15 is good enough, you feel fairly confident about it. But again, under close scrutiny, you'd be a little concerned.
For sure. As we're approaching. I imagine we can't teleport in, so we got to get closer to the planet. So as we're flying into the planet, do we see any like patrols or anything like that, or do we have to navigate? Our stealth. We're definitely.
So Starjammer does go into stealth mode absolutely as soon as it reaches its destination. Yeah. In immediate scans, you'll see on your scanners there that a lot of red blips are popping up. You definitely tell that there's a presence here.
Okay.
There are multiple ships in orbit around this moon. Which of course is orbiting around a larger planet as well. You consider it kind of looks like more of a gas planet. It's a very large planet, and it's got some rings around it as well, and multiple moons. In fact, the Kilnox 9 denotes that it's the 9th moon of this fairly large planet. It is a fairly small moon, but large enough that it would take days to traverse around it, but small enough as far as moons go that you're aware of. You do, of course, lock on to there. It's a barren moon. Like there's no vegetation, there's no life. It is a barren Earth-like moon.
Okay.
But you do immediately detect a building, a facility, energy sources from one singular place that's located on this moon. You will have to approach carefully to make sure that you can avoid some of the scans and sweeps of the ships nearby. I mean, it's not something that the Starjammers are unfamiliar with.
No, we've pulled this trick a few times.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you can start your approach towards the planet. You will notice that as you get closer, the sensors will indicate that the building, the energy signature of the prison, essentially, does appear to be shielded.
Right, so no teleporting in, yeah. So
yeah.
So we'll have to get in close.
As noted on the schematics, you can follow some sort of trenches and some crags, canyons to get to where the
definitely fly in there,
the sewer, the waste exit tunnel would be. That just sort of spills right out into the bottom of the almost fathomless crag in the crag of the moon.
Okay.
So then you'll get to that location. It is a fair distance, not a long distance. You can certainly trek through it fairly quickly, depending on what you encounter, which we're about to discuss.
Feeling bad for Hepzibah right now because she has heightened senses, so this might be a little that's a big assault on her nose there. As we're trying to traverse through here. Probably not happy with this, and Corsair's going to hear about it later, but anything to save his son.
Yeah, excellent.
Let's go.
All right, so you'll disembark from the ship and then make your way into the bowels, the tunnels, and the
sewer tunnels. Yeah.
Okay,
Hooray.
Excellent. So the way we're going to do this is to slip through the disposal shafts, the waste disposal shafts. Again, from the schematic, you'll see that it's not exactly a straight tunnel. Like there are other multiple tunnels and multiple sewer pipes that lead from the facility that sort of connect to this main pipe, but that also juts and turns, and there's also other corridors and other pipes that you can be able to traverse through. Some are smaller, some are bigger. So you sort of trace through that. But getting through it's not going to be an easy matter. There's going to be grates. There's going to be some navigation to just try to figure your way through. Even with a map, it's still going to be fairly difficult to be actually in the facility, navigating your way. So there's going to have to be someone that's going to be trying to navigate your way through it, being able to cut through certain areas that would be sort of graded or warded off through to allow things to sort of move or sleuth through. In addition to that, you can sort of get an idea that while the planet itself may not have an atmosphere, the sewer pipes sort of do have a bit of oxygen coming, again, expelling from the facility. So enough oxygen to allow some things maybe to move and skitter around. You do sort of get a sense that there are some other creatures moving around in some of the cesspools and areas as well. So yeah, you're going to need to try to get someone to help you avoid or ward off some of the residents denzians of the bowels of the stuff.
Yeah, just so you know, I think Raza himself will be the one carrying that key card that we crafted.
Okay.
And he might have even tried to connect a little bit with his cybernetic arm there.
Perfect.
Just maybe so he could kind of like R2D2 it if he needs to kind of like put his arm into like connection points and maybe or something like that if that helps.
If that's something he can do, if he's got.
It's interesting. Yeah, his arm can kind of like form into different shapes. Yeah, his arm can definitely form into a blade if need be. But they would all have their weapons with them, their blasters, their swords. Corsair would have his as well too. Yeah. Corsair even has his gauntlets, which has gems in them that actually open to a pocket dimension, which he stores his weapons in. So if need be, he can store other things as well too.
Why wouldn't a pirate have a bag of holding? Of course
he has a bag of holding. Yeah. Needs gauntlet. Okay.
Yeah, to work as a team to get through this though, right. Let's just say we got somebody that's going to be being vigilant. We've got somebody that's going to help navigate again.
Vigilance again. Yeah.
Well, okay. So we got to try to avoid creatures. We've got navigation, and we've got cutting through things. So we got to do some like a strong enough melee check to sort of indicate that we're getting our way through this.
Yeah. So if it's gonna be a melee check, that's gonna be Raza. He's got Mighty 1. And he's got a pretty good melee. Yeah,
just how fast you can hack through stuff as you come across it.
Yeah, or bend some bar or cut through some stuff. Okay.
Again, this isn't about a fail or pass. It is eventually you will get through it, but how long does it take you? Okay. And again, time is of the essence.
All right, so let's see. +5 non-combat, right? Yeah, so +5 to non-combat. Come on, dice, be nice. I got a marvel.
Oh my gosh! Don't do this again.
Another marvel. Excellent. 13 + 5 is helping with math. 18.
18 is fantastic. They're actually quite good.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
we weren't slowed down at all by these barred doors or
it doesn't appear to be that way. You're not being held up to too much by it. He's just walking up to these things and it's
ripping out.
Absolutely just cutting through, making sure he's just within stride. We also need to try to navigate our way through it, even using the schematics that Rocket did provide you. It is a spaghetti factory.
Hepzibah will be 100% our tracker/navigator because she's got her heightened senses. She can use her, although they might be assaulted right now. But she on the ship. She is our navigator as well too. So this is her in her wheelhouse, and she also has a +4 to vigilance. So we'll use her for these checks here.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Not too bad. 13.
Okay. Actually, that's not. I mean, that's pretty much on target again with Hepzibah. Perfect. So 13 is not bad. Absolutely. She's able to use the schematic and sort of keep you guys on track. Maybe there was 1 or 2 turnarounds, but nothing that was, you sort of walk into a tunnel and then all of a sudden realize, no, this isn't the best way, and just turn right back around again.
I know where I'm going. This way you follow. Which means holding your nose the entire time. Like, you do this without nose.
There's definitely some things moving around within the muck and the sludge, and I think for this one we're going to do an agility check to see how well you can sort of avoid some of the things that sort of jump out and some tentacles that sort of leap out, and maybe you can just sort of blast away.
How quickly you can knock this away or
yeah, awesome. Exactly. So we're going to do an agility check for this one, and let's see how well he can keep
as well too. We got a +7 in non-combats.
Wow.
Come on, dice. Ooh, but the dice let me down here. It's 14.
Okay, well, even 14 is actually not
14
even
not bad.
really. Wow, 14.
Yeah, +7 in the non-combat. Yeah.
Swashbuckling pirate business.
Cutlass
here.
is out, his blaster is out. Yeah, and you see anything, you just like pop that one, or cut any tentacles that come flying out of his way. Because he'll be taking point for the most part, and then listen to Hepzibah navigate them through the tunnels and tell them where to go, and you kind of like scout a little bit, go back, and then whenever they encounter a barred gate or door, that's when Raza steps in and does his thing.
Slices it through. Yeah, but definitely with
As
an
we make
18,
our way
17, and a 13, there is definitely great making good time.
Awesome.
Making very good time.
Sorry, I did forget to mention that we'd have our communication hopefully with Chode as well too. I don't know how well that will play out later, but that was the intent, was to have communication with Chode to kind of, once they find, so that's what Chode's going to do. He's going to fly back and through. He's not going to be waiting at the grate. He's going to fly out and try to not stand still. He's going to try to stay off the sensor range and dodge as best he can while he's flying out there. And then when we call him in, once we found where Havok's location is, we'll get him into position above, and then he'll use his the STD to make our exit or
that's
an entry for himself.
Great foreplanning. Would be difficult to get sort of signals out without a boosted signal to get through, and then
that's what
something like that.
There might be something jamming our signals, right?
There are power dampeners and jammers, definitely. They don't allow a lot of communicate in and out of prison.
So he may have realized that on the ship that the communication has gone dark, but it's something we probably expected. So again, another thing to add to our list will be trying to either get a message out to him using their own communication system if we can hack into it, or try to shut something down so we can send it on our own comms.
Yeah, you might have an opportunity to do that for sure.
Okay. Okay, just to
note
have
that
out there as part of our overall
as part of your plan.
Yeah,
perfect. We're going to note that, and we'll see if we can.
Do you need anything from Chode? Is he trying to fly or avoid detection or anything like that, or are we going to leave that for now?
Well, right now he's staying below radar. If he stays within the, if he's cloaked and he stays
stay in the trench a little bit?
The trenches, he'll sort of
perfect. So he kind of like
So once you manage to get your way deep underneath the prison, you'll come to a main sort of maintenance shaft area.
Okay.
But you're going to notice that this is very, very vertical, very, very steep, and no ladders, no handholds, no anything like that.
I saw a movie about this once just recently. Are we going to go back to back and kind of walk up there, or can we retroactively say we've got grappling hooks just for this sort of situations? Would we have seen this on the schematics and plan ahead for that? Would we know from what Rocky gave us that there's going to be a sheer climb?
Yeah, so ideally. You would have known. So Rocky would have been like, don't expect any ladders or stairs or nothing. It's going to be a steep climb.
And we planned ahead. So if that's the case, then we probably have some sort of grappling hook device. Maybe Corsair would tap into his extra dimensional pocket and pull out these and hand off these little handheld guns. It's kind of like a grappling device that we could shoot up there, and the cord would follow the grapple, hopefully grab something, and then we'd repel ourselves.
Do an old Adam West Batman style walk
exactly,
side of the building?
Or if not, hopefully it would retract and pull us up there. I'm sure how far you'd want that to go. Maybe it's not that technology. Maybe we do have to climb. I don't know. What
you will see fair distance up that there is a maintenance hatch at the top. That's what you're going to try to target and try to hit.
Okay, so we'll just shoot that up, and then if we hit it, they'll retract us and pull us up.
We'll see if how well you guys doing this.
Group agility check for all three of them?
Yeah, we'll do one with a check, and we'll give it with an edge for working together.
Yeah.
You are sort of shooting at a target. It's not exactly combat though, because it's not it's not moving.
No, it's not.
So it'd be a non-combat check.
Right, it's not combat. Yeah, I just didn't know who's modified rad, who's not combat. Because we're at an 11 right now, plus our lowest. But if we did our lowest agility, you're only.
No. You can go ahead and use your highest agility check on this one, and
use your highest.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could just if it's Corsair that's making the initial shot, then the rest of them can just sort of
fall behind.
track on that. Yeah.
So 11 plus 7 would be 18.
18. Yeah. I mean,
18 would be the highest, and if we wanted to know the lowest, 15 would be the lowest.
yeah. Either way, you guys just sort of make the shot again. Pretty good. You do sort of hit the target, and away you go up the shaft.
Okay.
Not a problem. Again, making pretty good time. This is really, really good. As far as you are aware, no alarms seem to have been raised. Firing your grappling hooks off, expertly just climbing right up the walls there and belaying up, if that's even a thing. You get to the top maintenance hatch, and you find that it is actually locked for the first time to actually get through like the actual maintenance hatch into the maintenance facility, the maintenance room. How do you want to try to tackle this lock? It seems to be sort of like more of a mundane, just sort of a locked door situation.
Oh, then if Raza can't use his digital key card, then he's going to use his knives and strength.
Okay.
Maybe we can kind of cut our way.
Yeah,
through
give
this
me a quick melee check. See if we can get through this.
Non-combat for melee, so we're looking at 15.
Okay. Yeah. Again, gosh. Without too much of an issue, he's managed to cut right through the lock.
Nice.
Wouldn't you know it?
Mighty one into it, just shoves his sword right out there and start cutting the pistons that are keeping this, I guess, bolted to the floor or whatever it is, and then just kind of gets inside. He peeks in the room. Hopefully he will kind of lift up a little bit and peek in the room. Hopefully the room that we're entering is clear. Yeah.
So what you'll see is as you emerge through the maintenance shaft into a small maintenance room, looking at the map and the schematic that Rocket gave you, right on target, you do enter into a small maintenance room that's located at the northwest section of the map.
Okay.
You'll see that it's fairly sparse. There's a few crates and boxes in there, a lot of cleaning and maintenance refuse and devices, things that would be used for, if anything were to require fixing or maintaining or even cleaning.
Right.
You can find a lot of those. Find a lot of those things in there.
As long as there's no Shi'ar napping in here, then
not in this section, as far as you're aware. But there is another, so it is a fairly rectangular room, fairly small. You'll see that there's a closed door, so
check for traps.
Perfect. So you'll, again, in your mind's eye, you'll hear Rocket as he explained this room to you, as he says, once you manage to get into the maintenance locker room, you gotta look for the control room. Expect patrols, guards in shiny bird armor. If they think the hot stuff, but they're not. They come in squads though, and they don't scare easy. There's a control room not far, like a security control room.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. We want to get in there and...
It's not like kind that gives you like access to the whole facility, but the kind that sort of has like security monitors, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. So if we can go in there, we can at least find out where Havok is located?
You don't know that for sure, but you could definitely sort of... As far as security is concerned, if you want to sort of deal with some of the security measures that may be in place, such as the monitors and maybe some other patrols, it would give you a lot of information and a lot of sort of ways to sort of navigate the rest of the facility.
Getting heavy indication that I should follow Rocket's advice here.
Well, you did pay out the nose for it, so
yeah,
you want to get your money's worth.
Let's get our money's worth. Okay. All right. So let's head to that first security area, and we're gonna act like we're supposed to be here, right?
All right.
We're inside the beehive. Hopefully the hornets will just assume that we're
Either it depends. If you want to walk around like you own the place, or that they should be there, you can.
Confidence is key. That's what we're gonna aim for first. But we'll head to that first security point to.
First of all, let's see what kind of patrols you may or may not run into. So give me vigilance. Give vigilance check.
Is it a group vigilance based on our?
Yeah. So again, this would be a group one. So it'll give you one edge. on the vigilance, and you can use the best lookout person.
Well, oh, cool. Okay, so I'm going to reroll that 1 on the die there. Ooh, roll into a 6. Excellent. So we got 15. Hepzibah has the best vigilance, so +4 to that. 19.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hepzibah will be taking point. We'll be kind of looking out and seeing no patrols. So
maybe it's her heightened senses that enabled you to sort of figure out that there was a patrol that recently just passed, managed to stay far enough away that you did not alert any security patrols at this particular time. And I got to stop giving you edges. You come to the security door to the security room that is indicated on the map.
Right.
That door's locked.
Okay, that door's locked. Yeah. Is there any windows in this door for us to peek in to see if anybody's inside? It's a solid door.
It's a solid door, but you do notice with the 19, you do get a sense that another patrol is quickly coming. So if you don't want to run into that patrol, you got to try to get through this door pretty quickly.
Okay, and the door is locked, so we need okay, so we're gonna have to use our hopefully the access key card that we created will open this door.
If you want to try the access key card, or again, you could try cutting through it. It's up to you.
Raza's got the key card, so he's just going to go over to the access panel, and his cybernetic hand is going to form a certain and go into a very specific configuration that will access into this panel and connect it to the key card that is inserted in his forearm. We're going to try to hack through that door.
Okay.
Logic check.
Logic check. Yeah.
Combat logic check. Here we go. Pretty decent. Bunch of 6s. 12 plus 5 is 17 plus 3 is 20. 20 total.
20 total is amazing. You know how sometimes when you go to a door and you got to use your key card to get in, like a hotel room, and you got to keep pushing your stupid card on the thing. It just gives you that little beep, the little beep, and it just doesn't work until you try it the third, fourth time. Yeah, you just rub it against yourself.
This time will work.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have that issue this time. It just slid right through, and on the first try, boop, door open.
Okay. And then, because we don't know what's behind that door, we're going to walk in confidently.
As you walk into the door, you will see, of course, security terminals. A vast number of security terminals. So they've got just terminals on many different levels.
Okay.
And you'll see that there will be 2 guards, one just sort of eating some snacks and just staring up at it. The other one's just sort of on a device. And then as soon as that door cracks open, they just get startled because they didn't expect anyone to come in at that point in time.
Okay.
But they look over their shoulders and they see 3 dressed as Shi'ar guards. Yeah. But they're a little bit confused because they didn't expect any sort of patrols or anyone to show up. So they do. 2 guards sort of look at you confused and suspicious.
Okay. Corsair would take point at this point. And as he walks in, he'd say, Guardsmen, we're here to give you a quick break or relieve you for washroom or get a coffee or whatever like that. So we'll give you 15 minutes if you guys want to hit the loop.
They look at you confused and like, what's coffee? Like, what is?
Corsair, I think Corsair would know the equivalent. And so I don't, but I'm hoping Corsair would probably
They know, they'd be like, but we're not scheduled for, one of the bigger ones just sort of stands up and sort of uses his weight and is really just looking at you guys.
Look, but I saw you on your computer panel there. Do you want me to call up the higher ups that you're playing the Flarkmark game, whatever the Frogger equivalent would be, like just trying to jump across the road there? Like, I saw you playing that game in there. Look, whatever you need to do, like, hey, take a break or don't take a break. Whatever, I'm giving you the opportunity. I can just go into the next room, give them a break too if you guys don't want it.
So they're looking at you like this is very highly unorthodox. But give me an ego check, I guess, for this one. You're trying to convince them to. It's not their break. It's not their lunch hour either. So they're just they're very suspicious about this. But they do feel a little bit guilty about being caught with the with the device in their hands.
Okay, not too bad. 12 plus 4 is 16.
No, I mean, to try to truly convince them, the target number was pretty challenging. Like, it was going to be a challenging check. The number you would need is 15, and you scored
16.
16. Okay, yeah. You can see one of them sort of going for maybe a sort of a weapon, but then they look at the other one and it's just like, they're just sort of like, okay, all right. And one's just really kind of holding his bladder anyways, so they just like do a sort of like a head nod ahead of each other. They seem to, as far as they're concerned, you walked in, you seem like you got the right credentials. Security didn't go off. Kind of convinced them to go on there, take a little,
all right. Okay.
Use the facilities.
So I think we bought us at least 15 minutes worth of time to take a look around it and figure out how to start using these computer consoles to start to I guess hack into or cycle some of the computer systems on and off. It gives us a chance to get through them. Is it?
Yeah.
I guess that's our plan, right?
Well, as far as Rocket told you, again, thinking back to the conversation you had, she's like, yeah, if you manage to make it through the corridors, you get to the access to security systems. The security grid? Pff, standard Shi'ar paranoia. Cameras everywhere, motion sensors in the halls, and oh yeah, pulse turrets. Trigger those and you'll have extra breathing holes in your chest, except you won't be breathing. You might want to shut those things down. Essentially, you asked about where Havok would be. You wouldn't sort of get that information from this terminal, but you would be able to sort of deal with some of the security measures. You put the cameras on loop, you get sort of an idea, like you can sort of, in terms of you could sort of choose the path you want to go to and sort of maybe shut down some of the security measures through that pathway in order to try to help you sort of get to the other, the more secure area. Retroactively, Rocket sort of pointed this out to your map.
Yeah, so whatever path is the shortest path to get to that main security hub where we could ideally find where they're keeping Havok kept. That's the path we need to get to. So whatever check you need me to do right now, that's what we're going to do to either keep the cameras again on loop or shut down whatever laser grids or turrets.
It is going to require another logic check in order to try to access the terminals and try to shut things down. So there is a sort of a pass and a fail situation here.
Here, maybe Corsair will give a little inspiration to Raza as he tries to set up the systems in a particular manner to loop the cameras and shut down the security grid at a certain time that we estimate that will take us to get to them.
Shouldn't be too hard considering you've got extra time to use the terminal. You don't have to rush. You think you can buy yourself a little extra time. So target number is going to be 14 for this.
Okay, 14? Okay, so Corsair will kind of give Raza the edge by referencing maybe a previous mission they've been on, like maybe trying to infiltrate a ship they were in the past, some sort of Badoon ship they broke into. And I remember it's just like that time we were on that Badoon ship when we were trying to infiltrate their weapons locker.
No rush,
ship quarters,
you know.
but
hurry the heck up.
If you don't mind. So we'll give him an edge 16 actually right now.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
we made it, but in that case, we're going to roll this Marvel to see if we can't get a Marvel.
You always go Marvel fishing, of course. Why not? You got the edge.
So let's go Marvel fishing. Yeah, we did it.
Gosh. Okay. Not only when you're in there, you sort of go through the security terminals and you can sort of get an idea as to what path you want to take to. You get an idea that there is probably some extra level of security. Security's been heightened. They know they have a high profile prisoner in here. They also are aware that somebody's already previously attempted a rescue for this. So again, hence there's a lot more security in. So you've sort of an idea as to where those things are now. And a good idea as to how to even to be able to sort of shut those extra security measures down, such to the point where you can get yourself a fairly easy path towards to the inner security hub.
Okay. So I just realized I may have painted myself into a bit of a corner here. We will probably need to stay here until the guards return, because then we leave the post abandoned, right? That might make the guards when they come back a little suspicious, unless we can start. We gave us those 15 minutes. I don't know if we're going to think we can. I guess it depends. If we gave us 15 minutes and Raza was able to hack it fast enough, like how much time do you think has elapsed?
With the Marvel and the way that he's able to hack it through, I'd say it only took probably a couple minutes.
Okay. If that's the case, then we're not going to waste too much time. Ideally, we'll leave now early, try to get to follow the path that we established for ourselves with the security defenses shut down. And when we get to our next destination, hopefully we'll be able to get the information we need all within this 15-minute time frame before the guards come back and realize we'd bailed on them and maybe call up an alarm. We may have set another internal clock for ourselves. So I guess our goal is now to get to the other station and do what we need to do there all within a 15-minute mark before the guard gets back and maybe get a little suspicious and maybe start raising some red flags.
Mm-hmm. You do, as you're going this way, again, you know where the patrols are, but there's something that's a bit random. Like those little vacuum cleaner robot sort of things that just follow a random course in pattern.
Yeah.
So Rocket's like, well, then there's the drones. Floating tin cans with scanners, shock prods, and enough firepower to ruin your day. If you don't jam the signals fast, they can call in the cavalry. So you do have to keep a bit of an eye out for those drones that might be hovering anywhere in the area. So again, if you're going through the area pretty quickly, but you're heading straight for that security door, Give me another vigilance check.
All right.
Again, a group check. You can get 1 edge on it, and then you can use your highest vigilance marker for Silver to look at.
Wait.
Oh, for goodness.
That's a lot of 6s.
Oh my god.
My highest vigilance would be Hepzibah again. She's got her nose out. She's got her eyes peeled. It's another 4 to that. So we're looking at a 20, and that was before any kind of edges. So let's, I don't know. Let's see if I can roll that 5 and do another 6. Nah, got a little worse. Went to a 4. Okay. So 20.
A 20. Oh yeah. I mean, you've managed to avoid pretty much everything so far, and that also includes these drones apparently.
Great.
I can't believe you're getting so lucky with these rolls.
I know. When combat starts, I'm going to roll nothing but 2s and 1s. But
right now, 6s and 5s is an easy enough way to get through the security drones. So yeah, you do notice a few drones in the area. Hepzibah sort of stops, puts up her hand, just back around the corner a little bit. They drift off and then go through extra grates and whatever. They just zoomed right through the
through the tunnels, access tunnels that they can.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, keeping aware of that, especially with her heightened senses, she was just being aware of what to look for. Okay. So you find yourself getting through the corridors, manage to avoid just about everything. Now you do come to the central command area, but you have to get through the door.
Okay.
And again, that was not something you were able to access through the other security system. You are now going to have to use your key card again, but the security is higher here, so it's going to be an even harder check to sort of get through.
So Raza will go and get ready to get connected, but of course, Corsair will again remind him of a time that's similar to this Kree ship that they raided at one point in time. So he'll give him inspiration for this.
Sure.
Edge on the roll. So it'll be a non-combat logic check for Raza. What's my target number? So I know what dice I want to reroll.
16. So you still have an edge on that because the inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah.
Okay.
So, went worse. Yeah, we're below that number then.
Yeah. So you did notice that this one is starting to have a little trouble sinking through the lock, right? The tumblers are still going, the numbers are still traveling through, but he's having trouble accessing this one. The situation is that it's just taking a little extra time. Can you give me...
run it again?
Yeah, you can, but you do start to hear some footsteps, some footfalls down the hallway there. You do get the sense that when you were able to suppress some of the security measures, the time clock on that is suppressing. Again, I want to...
What's the holdup? Come on.
Yeah.
Lock does not want to yield its secrets, Captain.
Because you're doing so well on timing and getting through these things, I'm going to give you one other extra crack at that before some danger maybe approaching. So we've got guards, we've got drones, we've got lasers coming on board, and turrets coming back on board. Do another logic check, target number 16, to try to get through this door before the security measures come back online and find you standing there.
Can I give him inspiration again?
Yeah, give him another rousing speech, another memory of a time where they
doing this for. It's for my son. Let's go. 12 plus 3 is 15.
Yeah, we're almost there.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
So I got to reroll my lowest. Best chance from this edge. I got to do better than 6. Okay. So it's 15 plus 3. That's 18.
Yeah, enough to actually, the door now yields and the security locks do pass.
We all tumble into the door. You're kind of pushing. We're getting nervous. Like, come on. Wait. I'll start pushing on Raza. It's like, just give me room. And then we all tumble through the door real quick.
Okay. Well, that's a good
thing. Quickly closes behind us.
You do hear the whir and sounds of sort of security measures, just, things that were sort of deactivated, just sort of whir and whiz and just sort of come back on and start scanning the room just as the door slams closed. Yeah. So as all 3 Starjammers just pile in through that door, and then they quickly close it behind them just before all the security measures just whirl back to life. They push themselves into, and then they find themselves in yet another room. This one they recognize as like a weapons storage locker. You can see a lot of the Shi'ar guarding gear, some weapons, some rifles. You get the sense that it's used for quelling some sort of like a prison riot.
Okay.
So you get the riot gear, you get
armor,
stun batons and stun grenades and all those types of things.
In the off chance, he's gonna take a few stun batons and put them in his multi-dimensional.
But luckily enough, in this room, you do recognize that there is actually, luckily, no one in that.
Nobody in here. Okay.
Room. Yes.
Okay.
According to Rocket's schematics and his instructions, just south of this room is a console, but this one is again used for security measures. Like the inner security room is where they get the calls for patrols, for coordinating things, for coordinating prisoner transfer, for all of the central secure inner
The
workings.
comms operator is kind of
Absolutely, they're keeping tabs on everything coming and going and making sure everything's up and running correctly. Definitely expect somebody to be operating that
monitoring
room.
the comms are.
So there is another security door to. It's like you said, if you're in this far, it's you have to have the correct security pass to access that room.
So we'll use our our security card. So Raza, again, we'll do it. Corsair gives him inspiration again. I don't know how many more stories I can tell you, Raza. Just make this one work. Is it a high target number?
Target number for this one is it's just a regular challenge number for your rank, so 13.
So you got this. Oh boy. Talking through it again, like you've been doing this before, Raza. You can do this again. You're the man. You're the machine. You got this. You're the cyborg.
You've got the inspiration trait. You go ahead and use it any way you want.
Okay. We'll use that again. Because I got a 1 on that time. Hopefully we can flip it over. Okay, now we got a 6, the opposite side of the spectrum. Okay, now we're talking.
All right, what do we got?
Math. 15.
15. Well, that beat the 13.
Okay.
So yeah, sure enough, once again, the key cord does come in clutch.
Okay.
Well, I should say maybe Corsair's silver tongue maybe comes in clutch here. To try to
knows how to motivate his team.
He's absolutely he's the team leader. He's the captain. Door opens, and then you'll see one of those U-shaped sort of monitors. Like you got and then a chair and a security officer sitting in the middle of that. Okay. Again, some more security panels on the side, but you do have some, like he's got headphones on. He's got wires. He's plugged in. He's got mics. He's communicating all over the place.
Okay.
He does take a brief moment to look up at you, and again. A look of shock and concern. It's like, you don't have authorization. What are you doing in here? He's looking at you as just regular foot soldiers. You're not the security level or the security officers that he expected to see.
You don't have the right stripes.
Yeah, you're just a foot soldier as far as he gets. Like, what are you doing in here?
I think Hepzibah is actually gonna take the lead here. She's gonna kind of swagger and march towards him.
He's starting to move his hand towards the security button.
She's gonna reach out and try to grab that hand, and as she makes hopefully physical contact with him, she'll kind of start talking to him. It's like, no. We were asked to come here by the commander-in-chief of this facility to go and speak with the guards in the next room to make sure that they've been staying on task and haven't been sleeping and dozing off. It's okay. We're supposed to be here, sweetie. And she's trying to do her best accent and try mimicking her best Shi'ar voice. But she also has a pheromone that she can release. It's more effective through physical touch. And by releasing this pheromone, she's able to influence people to kind of acquiesce to her whims.
Her feminine wiles?
Well, it's not so much a feminine wiles, but they would find her more alluring and want to please her and do, as she said, the pheromones of this person. So
have this sort of like
gave her beguiling for this aspect of her power trait, and the trick about beguiling trait is that you have an edge on any ego checks to persuade people, and especially if they find the person attractive. And I'm hoping these pheromones would kind of have that similar effect, that they would find her, if not attractive, that this is something they want to appease or have them like them.
You can certainly try. I mean, you've got her hands holding his hand from trying to reach out to security. He's also on the mic here. He needs to be reporting in and tracking things constantly.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, if we knock this guy out, we might again shorten our time frame before we get discovered inside here if he's not communicating, or but he's got to pick up the comms and try to fake it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, okay. So it's going to be an ego check to try to convince him that everything's okay here. Like,
how are you? We're fine here. We're supposed to be checking on the guys in the back, make sure, or if there are people in the back, we're supposed to be going into the back room to check on things.
Well, again, retroactively, you know that Rock has already indicated where the central control hub is, and that's in the room just next to this one. That's the real prize that we're looking for.
And that's what we're heading to. Yeah.
Okay, ego check with an edge.
Ego check with an edge. Beauty. Because we're sitting at a 13 right now on dice alone. With Hepzibah's ego, that's another +3 to that. So we're looking at a 16 right now.
I was thinking 17 again.
All right.
So if you want to try to, if you got an edge, you haven't rolled your edge yet.
No, I haven't rolled my edge yet. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to roll my lowest number to try to get the 4 or better. Then,
like this guy's trained security officer. He's not gonna be too.
Fair enough. Okay.
You're gonna, yeah. So 17 is a difficult, like high difficulty number to get past, but it's not impossible.
Okay. So let's see if I can improve on that.
This is going to, if you're trying to.
Oh, I got a 4.
Okay.
So 14 plus 3 is 17.
17 was it. Meets it, beats it. Son of a gun.
Oh, so close.
Despite his knowing that, okay, he's trained to ignore that, but there's something, that's sort of like calling him and just calming his inner inhibitions to sort of indicate, okay, maybe they're. Yeah. Maybe she's right. All right. Of course. Whatever you say, ma'am. I do appreciate your thoroughness.
She kind of gives him a sly wink as she kind of like rolls her arm up his arm, up to his shoulder as she walks past him, and then kind of is waving Corsair and Raza to like catch up. And they're kind of looking like, is that a word?
Yeah, I know.
And they, they walk around the desk to meet up with her, and hopefully he goes back to calling in and reporting.
Yeah, and
does his job.
He just sort of looks back over and sort of.
She gives a little.
And he gets back to work thinking, all right.
Gotta say, I was jealous. I hope there wasn't sincerity behind that. Definitely not. Ugh. And she kind of like, would you actually balk a little bit, like, with the birdies, with the Shi'ar? Please. But hey, it worked. Great. So this door's unlocked to get to the back?
Yeah, sure. Let's just move it along. It would be a little awkward to, but let's just slide in through there. Now, however, before we get to this main central hub,
the main room with all the monitors, like that. This is the room that we're going to find out where Havok's
the one where you have main access to just about everything, all the workings that's going on here. Yeah. Once again, hear the words of Rocket Raccoon rattling in your head. He says, Central Command's got a control hub that controls all the cell access, right? But don't get cute. Firewall here is tighter than a squirrel's wallet. So bring a hacker or someone with claws and a bad attitude.
I got both.
But when you walk in there, you do see a large mainframe with monitors and 2 guards. Well, not so much guards, I would say, but 2 control officers.
Okay. There's people in here,
Yeah, definitely armed, but they're sort of like the main security control officers. Okay. They're the ones that have the highest access. And that's what you're going to need to access this control panel, and that's what you're going to need to sort of access anything else in the area here. But you do understand that this is the area that's going to allow you to find out where it is.
All right.
That Havok is going to be.
So Corsair would look over at Hepzibah and say, you think that trick's going to work twice? Hepzibah was like, not a chance. And we draw our weapons.
Okay, finally. All right. And as you walk in there, you'll see the stunned look on these security guards, but they're trained security officers. They're already moving to their hands towards their weapons and trying to get on the comms as well. So what I'll do is because they weren't expecting you, I'll give you the little edge or the jump on them.
Sweet.
To try to act first before they can get the shout out, before they can get the alarm off, before they can do anything. Now, again, looking at the map, you realize that there's the security officer that you just passed through. There's a door that can close, and then another door so there's a small little hallway here.
Yeah.
So I'm trusting that you've closed the back door.
Oh yes, the doors are closed, and both this door closed behind us too.
Yeah.
Hopefully they soundproof this because our blast bolts aren't super loud, but any kind of noise might be attracting attention. So we're hoping that these might be soundproofed a little bit. A couple quick shots to the chest of these birdies.
All right, so that's that you're drawing weapons and you're going to try to shoot and fire at them.
Yeah, we're going to shoot with the pistols first.
Going to draw their pistols as well. They weren't quite expecting it, but you went in with choosing violence this time. It's going to be an attack roll this time.
Okay.
To try to hit target number 13 for this one, because they are trained security officers. They're not mooks. Yeah,
okay. So if I'm just going to say who would be shooting first, it'd be Raza and Hepzibah.
Your choice.
At the higher initiative modifier, so I'd say they'd probably get their attacks off first. All right, so straight up agility attack for Hepzibah first. Yeah, so she's just going to fire from the hip. She's going to pull her blaster out of her holster and just.
All right.
Got a marvel on that, but ones to accompany it.
Well, it could be pretty good. It can still fail upwards.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, so we hit it.
Meets it, beats it. Yeah.
Okay, but we get a.
But you also have a marvel
on that,
so which means you're going to double the damage.
Yeah,
so you'll definitely be not. Wow, even with 2 ones. Oh my God.
It just makes sense.
It's all good. With Hepzibah though, she just spins the weapon in her hand and just pulls it out, like shooting from the hip style, and just right in the chest, knocks the guy Like, what's the damage on that one? Double?
5 times 6 is 30, double.
Yeah, the guy's 60 damage. There's nothing left of him.
Yeah, 60. I was going to say, Hepzibah would not shy away from actually killing Shi'ar, so especially those in military armor. So
he's not breathing.
Yeah, okay. Then she smiles. Let's see. Raza also, that's why she doesn't have the rogue tag, by the way. Raza also does not shy away from the kill. He does not have the rogue tag either. He will be firing next. Okay, here we go. Raza. Oh, this is the lowest you can actually roll. But that's fine. It is now Corsair's turn. So let's hope I can do better than the absolutely worst roll possible with Corsair's attack here. Oh, yeah, we get a marvel on that die
and
too.
The other way, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the damage is going to be enough that it...
Yeah, it'd be the exact same 60 points of damage.
60 is more than enough to actually...
Yeah, Corsair wouldn't be going for a kill shot. So this might be more... Okay, maybe we can set... Maybe his weapon was set to stun, if that's something that we could do.
If you're worried about the kill shot, absolutely, I'll give that to you.
Corsair,
they have a stun.
Hold right and kill, yeah. I know, he has a stun, yeah. It's just like he does want to shy away from killing. So, I mean, like, he will put several holds into this guy to the point where he's out of the fight for sure. But hopefully they're non-vital areas like these.
With two Marvel rolls to knock out these guys, absolutely, yeah. There's, well, before they even get a chance to really draw leather, as they say, their hands move to their weapons. They're about to do the shot, and
drawing from the hip.
They got silenced. Yeah, absolutely.
All shots go. Unfortunately, Raza's went wide, but the other two were straight to the...
Yeah, good point on Raza's shot, wherever that went. Hopefully it didn't destroy the machinery.
So with those guys dispatched, we're going to make our way immediately to the console and set the task of what we need to do to, again, priority for these guys is to find out where Havok's being held.
Yep.
And then second priority is to call it into Chode. You can send, find a way to get a message to Chode.
Tell you what, if you hack into the system, you'll be surprised at this type of things you can get access to.
Corsair will quickly call up Raza to the console and be like, Raza, get in there, hack it. We need to find Havok, and we need to get a message out to Chode. See if we can shut down their communications or whatever it is that's jamming us. But primarily focus on finding my son.
Was that an inspiration speech? Or?
Oh, yeah, that's inspiring.
I figured as much, yeah. Seems to be the way things are going here. Okay, I was going to say target number is 16. Okay.
So we're looking at 13 plus another 3, so we're looking at 16. Okay, you have... So let's roll that Marvel die and hope for a Marvel result. No, but we got a 6, so we improved.
Okay, well, more than enough, absolutely. So you did get the logic check enough to access the panel here. Harkening back to your meeting with Rocket, he's like, well, once you enter the system, that's when the fun begins. You can locate your guy, sure. But there's other prisoners that look like they could go and stretch their legs. No better distraction than a big prison break to unleash untold chaos. Or maybe you look at scrubbing some high-profile criminal records from the database. You know, perhaps a certain raccoon and his big houseplant pal. Just saying, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Have fun with it. So you instantly gain access to all of the personnel that's in the cells.
Okay.
In a quick search, you just type in Havok into the search function.
Or Alex Summers,
or Alex Summers, whatever it is, that's searching both. Yeah, you do find out that he's not in the regular cells,
but his name shows up on the list somewhere.
It shows up as a list as being high-profile prisoner.
Okay.
You search further within the system, looking for anything related to that, and you do find out that there is a separate room, not on the schematic, but something built and designed to hold a high-profile, very dangerous individual in a sealed and locked chamber that's below where you are right now. Luckily enough, to access that is a turbo lift not far from where you are, directly north or south, essentially from where you are, is what could be recently maybe sort of manufactured or built, a shaft that goes deeper into the complex. And you also, again, with the information that you got here, hacking into the system, you recognize that there is a security hold system. What you guys are familiar with is a null energy field, something that's going to suppress somebody's powers or energies.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
This is probably the area where they're holding Havok.
So right now we found out where they're holding him, and its location kind of showed up on a map here. Or is there like a camera that's kind of showing this as location?
So navigating the system, you recognize that there are a security feed that you could tap into. So as you do that, you can bring up the security feed.
Okay.
Just to, yeah.
I think maybe it's as a part of this process of finding him and bringing up that feed. Yeah, we'd want to like get eyes on him, see how he's doing, like see where he's at, like if that's possible.
Okay, like I said, yeah, this is the magical terminal that does everything.
Do the things.
Do the things, yeah. So you can actually get a source of a camera feed. It's not the high definition type, maybe it's sort of like a green sort of feed, whatever. But you do get a sense that there is a large, like there's a cell. And in that cell, that there's these two very large energy pillars or cylinders that are in there. That's sort of like with energy lines, like the null energy fields that you're aware of. That's keeping a prisoner, somebody trapped,
kind of like tethered to these pillars.
Yeah, like there's electrical lines and pulls that sort of has somebody that they looks writhing in pain. But you're familiar with this. That indicates that
torture
got him. Well, he's definitely uncomfortable.
Okay.
If the power be cranked up at any time, it's definitely going to send a shock to the system. But it's also preventing somebody that has powers to prevent them from using these powers. And they're doing it in the most torturous and painful way possible. You also notice that there's audio as well. It works both ways to send to listen to and send comms through.
Okay. Is there anybody else? If we want to maybe send a message to anybody else there that accept that or hear that?
As you're monitoring and seeing this figure in there, Corsair would go up to the monitor, try to zoom in, and just to make sure that is my son. This is what they're doing to him. And as he zooms in, you'll do see that it is Havok, that he is in pain. But then you also see a shadowy figure sort of move in front. Someone again looked just as a Shi'ar. They've got that figure
plumage or whatever
from the hair and wings.
This one's got wings
of a form. Yeah, this one's definitely got wings on her, and a female form.
Yeah, this would be Deathbird.
You, as Corsair, would know. So you do recognize that as Deathbird addressing your son, and she doesn't seem very pleased, from what you can tell.
He's kind of resisting any kind of. Is he interrogating him?
You could push the unmute button and find out.
I go over to Raza. Raza, can you get an audio feed on this and record what you see and hear? And Raza was like, affirmative, Captain. And he lifts up the eye patch they had over his cybernetic eye to kind of hide that. And he would mention that I'm always recording. And okay, we're going to talk about that later. What have you? Okay, we'll unpack that later. Just record what you can and get this on audio. I want to know what she's saying.
Before we get into that, though, you also mentioned that you wanted to send a message. Now, you tell me if you want to send that before or after you hear the dialogue.
No, I was going to say, but I think we're more entrenched in unless there's something else that Hepzibah can be doing at this time. If it's only Raza that's hacked in, or is he?
Raza's hacked in, yeah. He'd have to. I mean, he would have access to it. I don't know. Again, it'd be a bit of a stretch to have other people. Like he's just sort of linked into it.
That's fine. Right? Then we're a little more focused on this right now. Let's gather as much information we can from this, right? And then once we've heard enough, I guess we can say, then we'll say, okay, let's get a message to Chode. We know where he is to get in position. And then at any time remaining, if there's any security that we need to shut down, or if we can shut down, ideally, let's say we shut down the bars that are holding him, or the doors that are barring us from getting into his cell.
So we'll do that, and then we'll get to that.
Okay.
How? I need to know how you discovered the siphon gate locked between the dying Shi'ar star and the pathetic yellow star of your home world. I need to know who the traitor is. Only a few knew of my plans. Sounds like a personnel problem. Maybe you should look into your hiring practices. I mean, your conscription practices. Tell me, or not only will I execute you, but I will also send a death legion to your planet and hunt down the rest of your insurgent teammates. Why don't we go ask your sister? I'm sure she'd love to hear all about your plan to steal the energy from the Earth's sun and try to preserve a few more years out of your dying Shi'ar one. Now, it's talk like that gets a person locked away into a max security prison with a death sentence. No matter, the traitor will be revealed eventually, and your death will absolve me of any connection to the siphon gates. At least I'll die knowing that billions of lives have been saved, including the life of the scientist you forced to work to build those gates. Oh, I'll find a new scientist. As she just sort of reaches in and caresses his face with her claws and just sort of clutches in there and makes him just stare at him. And the traitor, and begin the process again. And you'll still be dead. And she just lets go and just starts walking away. As she starts walking away from him, she moves out of the camera field, so
Raza can sort of switch to another one, and then you can sort of see in another room.
She leaves. She leaves
Yeah,
the
sort of
prison cell that he's
to
in?
track her out of the prison. So yeah, so like there's like this force field that she sort of steps through, or I guess the force field goes down, then she steps through, then the force field will go back up.
Oh, kind of like a Star Trek brig.
Yeah, exactly.
The force fields go down, and then they let the people in it, and then
Yeah,
force. Okay, cool.
exactly. So you can see through it, like maybe you get the shimmer, but
cool.
but you
Yeah,
can still,
yeah.
but it's still impenetrable
Yeah.
shield. As she walks out of the cell, and then she's sort of into this larger antechamber room down there. You switch to the other camera, you can see Deathbird march out of that room and turn around and sort of like sit in a sort of a chair, and then the camera is still tracking her. You'll see two other figures in that room with her. You'll see Oracle and Warstar in that room with Deathbird as well. But you could take a small sigh of relief where you don't actually see Gladiator.
Okay, that's my follow-up. Yeah, no Gladiator this time. Good.
But you do recognize that there are three very dangerous, imposing figures in that room. And then as she goes and sort of sits in the chair, almost throne-esque type chair, and controls and dials, she'll turn to both Oracle and Warstar. Mostly just Oracle is more the squeamish one. So she continues to avert her eyes, listening to the pain that's coming from Havok for being hung up there. She's like, his power is quite formidable. I'm worried he may break free. We'll probably have to increase the power. She then starts turning the dial. She sees Oracle sort of turn her eyes away. She gets the sense that she probably doesn't believe Deathbird, but isn't going to intercede with her leaders.
The royalty, right?
Yeah, the royalty. Yeah, but as she does, she turns away, and as the dial starts to turn up on the chair, and you start to hear the yells and screams of Havok that you can still hear very clearly over the comms.
All right, I think Corsair's seen enough. He's like, cut the feed. We need to tell Chode exactly where to go to get in position, and we're getting down there. We're rescuing my son.
Yeah.
Now, would we have time to? I guess he's being tortured and he's being amped up. We want to get there as quick as possible.
Yeah,
too much damage is done, right?
So yeah. Again, with the feed out and the information, Raza could quickly feed back to you, let you know that he could probably send a message to Chode. That's not a problem. He can do that from this. They can send a subspace signal, whatever. He can send a signal.
Let him know to get in position above, roughly above.
He could definitely give him some
chamber is
coordinates.
below us, right? Because we have to go down the shaft to get.
Yeah, it's leading down. It's definitely below where they are. But luckily, you came back with an STD, so. Super terrain destroyer. Super terrain destroyer. Of course. So it shouldn't be a problem. What would be a problem, however, is him getting close to the facility with its anti-turret or
even stealth.
Yeah. So even stealth. But again, with the terminal that you can access, you can sort of, again, as far as the building is concerned, turn off the anti-aerial pursuit turrets, right? So if you wanted to move the ship in there, again, this is a magical terminal where we can, with a lot of security protocols, begin and end.
Okay.
So we can turn that off. What he can't turn off, however, and probably by design, was this facility, this cell where Havok is. He has no control over that. But he can tell you that the only way to access the cell where Havok is being held is it's its own containment field. It's its own containment unit. Okay. In that facility is that chamber is the only way. They have to access the chamber and they have to get to Havok directly. There's no way to bypass it.
Okay, but we can turn off like the turrets that might be targeting our ship.
Absolutely, you can definitely give Chode the chance to get in position.
Perfect. What he's going to do is with that super terrain destroyer.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
He's going to get down to the belly of the Starjammer ship, open up the floor hangar, right? Because you're going to hover down as close as you can, hopefully keeping it south of sundown. So just the belly of the Starjammer will kind of open up.
Yeah.
And kind of like with a few tethers that he's going to jump down with, like some cable lines. He'll kind of like just lean over the edge a little bit with his gun, with his cannon.
Yeah.
And
do
blast an opening or
designed to do.
Yeah, do what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if opening of the cargo bay door would also have to take it out of stealth or not, but I'm hoping you can still stay in stealth as it's
unless somebody's actually going to be looking up at it. No, the ship would in stealth is just try to make sure that the radar does not reflect off and give the ships a position, right? I mean, that's kind of what stealth is. But and it can also like mirror and sort of hide itself.
Reflect light.
Like reflect light, reflect radar, reflect all this stuff. So
All right, so that's plan. And then there's no other defenses that like we can get access to the turbo lift, go down.
you can,
And then
you
that will
can
take us to the antechamber
at this
where
point in time,
our
you
foes
can,
are.
yeah, again, you would have access to that.
So, okay, we get the message out to Chode. He gets in position. We shut down whatever we need to, defensive-wise, turret-wise, and communication-wise. And I guess Corsair looks at his team and says, "It's go time. We're getting my son out of there."
Perfect.
So they head to the
Turbo shaft, yeah.
turbo shaft, yeah.
Whatever it is, yeah, the lift.
The lifts, yeah. They take it down to the antechamber and prepare for a fight.
They're ready to go. They enter into the turbo lift.
Yeah.
They punch in the code. It's only one move, only one place for it to go. They're trusting Chode is going to get into position, however long that may take.
Yep.
And down the shaft that they go. Starjammers are taking the turbo lift down to the prison area where Deathbird is holding Havok prisoner in the null energy cell. You saw Deathbird access a terminal to increase the power to the null energy. You also saw Deathbird exit through a shielding array, a sort of a chamber shielding array. So you can understand that there's two defenses to holding Havok prisoner.
Right.
If your main objective is to free him, you'll have to lower the shield, the force field, to the chamber that's holding him, but you'll also have to deactivate the null energy cell as well. It's currently being guarded by Deathbird and the Imperial Guard. So, just a regular Thursday for the Starjammers. So as they take the turbo lift down,
Their weapons are already in hand.
drawn and ready.
Corsair's got his blaster and his blade out. Same with Raza, blaster and blade. And Hepzibah has got her blaster ready as well too. So they're not gonna come out of these doors shooting. Corsair's gonna say like form up behind me, and he's going to go out weapons raised, but he's going to address Deathbird directly. So
it's fine as soon as the elevator hits the
ground.
bottom.
Yeah, doors open.
There'll be a ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes charging out of there.
Here we go. We're opening
Weapons raised.
Okay. So you want Corsair to lead the charge into the room?
Corsair's going in first. Whatever movement he can, yeah. And then, they're going to form up behind him in kind of V-shape. Yeah, Hepzibah behind, perfect. Raza right behind him too as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
And as he's marching up there, very determined, weapon solely trained on Deathbird right now.
Okay.
He yells at Deathbird, "Deathbird, you let my son go right now, or so help me there's not going to be a feather left on you when they bring you back to the Shi'ar throne world."
Love it. And as you do that, obviously we've got the Imperial Guard on guard. Deathbird, of course, moves her hand away from the null-filled energy control chain. Looks over at Corsair. Of course. It was inevitable. I should have known you'd come running to your son's rescue and right into my trap. And as she hits another button,
T-word.
this slamming down, locking tighter than a Nova Corps tax audit, activates the security measures within her chamber as energy turrets sort of come online, and you can hear the whir and the power of these energy cannons. Kind of expecting the heroic Starjammers to come in one last attempt, potentially. At the very least, she was prepared for it. So far, the only means of escape back through the turbo chamber, the doors have slammed shut. So with the trap set, let's roll for initiative.
Okay.
So in the bonus round, we have Oracle with a 23, so going first, but she also rolled an Ultimate Fantastic. So she's going to get a bit of a Marvel boost to her roll. So we'll see what she does. We'll see what we can do there. Hepzibah is also in the bonus round.
Yes.
Which is great, but she'll go right after Oracle.
Okay.
That said, with the Ultimate Fantastic, Oracle, to honor the Ultimate Fantastic, and she's a precog, right? She's got oracle powers, right?
Yeah.
So she's sort of just having a premonition of what's going on. She knows Hepzibah is a dangerous foe. She doesn't hesitate to use violence.
No.
She probably sees her moving the quickest and fastest with her precog. So she's going to use her telekinetic blast against Hepzibah.
Okay.
In this round to try to sort of knock her out before she can get her actions in. And she knows that she's going to be acting first. So because it's the ultimate fantastic, we will bump the Marvel to a fantastic. But let's roll. Telekinetic blast.
Would I see her kind of like, would you do a telltale sign?
It's an attack.
Yeah.
She's doing an attack, so she's going to focus her power on her.
She Hepzibah sees the telltale sign of Oracle trying to do an attack against her. So she'll use one of her reactions to do return fire. So it's going to cost her 5 focus, and she'll make an agility attack against your vigilance defense.
Okay. She needs to beat a 15.
12 plus 5 is...
That's 17.
17, yeah.
All right, so yeah, she will beat it. So she will do focus damage.
Yeah, but we've got a 6 on the Marvel, so that's something. 6 times 5
30
is 30.
All right, so she'll take 30 focus damage, and then she's 5 focus to use the ability. Okay, so we're going to bump that to a Marvel, as said before. So we're going to do 13 plus 7, 20 to hit with a telepathic.
Yeah.
Okay. So she will take telepathic blast, which, as I read, takes focus damage as well. So she will take double damage instead and is stunned for 1 round.
Okay. It would if Corsair wasn't such an excellent leader. Corsair has a reaction that he can use when someone gets stunned. What's it called? It's called keep moving.
Okay.
So Corsair will use his reaction. It says the trigger, an ally in line of sight and earshot is demoralized or stunned.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So
definitely within earshot.
But she'll still take all that focus damage. How much focus damage are we talking about? She has no focus reduction.
So 6 times 7 is 42 plus 7, which is 49.
Right. Doubled.
98, yeah.
98 focus. Well, there goes her focus, more or less.
So yeah, for sure. Well, Ultimate Fantastics do have a way of swinging things. But yeah, she tried to nullify what she saw as sort of the most dangerous attacker in the moment.
Right.
But sent out focus damage to try to stun her. But it seems like Corsair...
I saw her stunned expression, just like her face contorted up, like she got a little starry-eyed. And he again shouts back at her and kind of gets her out of her stupor. Hepzibah, snap out of it! No! Stay focused! There's Shi'ar! And she just shakes it off. It's like, her focus comes back and sharper than ever, and she focuses right on Oracle there.
Okay. She's just going to take a step backwards.
Okay.
And that'll be it for her round of the bonus round. Now, it is now Hepzibah gets to go for the bonus round.
She might try to get behind a little bit of cover. So she'll do her movement. She's got 6 spaces of movement, and she'll get behind that cross thing, I guess.
Okay.
So put a little cover between her and maybe she'll put a little bit of distance between her and Warstar, because Warstar is probably the one that will do the biggest blast. So if she can move just a little bit more to kind of put that structure between her and Warstar, can move up just a little bit more, if possible. Yeah, maybe about that, just to give herself a little bit of cover. And then she's going to level her blaster against Oracle, who fired at her. Let's bring on the violence. She's not going to do anything too fancy, but she's going to do shot with her energy pistol. Yeah,
okay.
So she's going to make an agility attack at Oracle. What's the agility defense?
Not much.
So she's going to, taking a shot. Oracle there. There's the Marvel. Marvel on the attack. So she's at 10 plus 5, so 15.
Yeah, 15 hits. Yeah, 15 hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's a Marvel, then we're going to do 6 times 5 is 30. Plus 5 is 35. Doubled would be 70. 70 health damage.
Ridiculous.
Perfect shot lined up by Hepzibah right to the forehead.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why Oracle is trying to stun her. Fortunately, it didn't work. So now she pays the price. So bonus round, she's down.
Oof.
So she'll go down. There goes 1 Imperial Guard, one-shotted.
I don't know if you're dead or unconscious, but I'm hoping dead.
Okay.
No love for these guys.
Right. Well, that's the bonus. I mean, unless you want to do something else.
No, that was her movement or attack. Yeah, she's got nothing else to do right now.
Crazy. Okay, well, guess what? Oracle gets to go. Oh, I should have cloaked her. I
know.
was trying to honor the ultimate.
Defense is to be not seen.
No, and I was going to
Manipulate from
do
the
it.
sidelines.
I was going to do it.
But you need, yeah, I know, but
But
violence is too tempting. When you have an ultimate fantastic and you get a Marvel on it, yeah.
It is what it is. Okay, so back to Hepzibah.
This will be the top of the round now. Okay, amplified by that, yeah, now she's setting her sights on the main target, which would be Deathbird. Taking cover still in her position. I think she's just going to stand there, and she's going to lay down some suppressive fire towards Deathbird, because she wants her focus elsewhere, because the game plan is to get the Raza up there to the console and start hacking it and get those things down, right? So ideally we want to kind of either stun her or entice her to away from that console. So with suppressive fire, there's a chance I can stun her. I just have to get a Marvel and then do a little focus damage. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to lay down a few rounds and just kind of lace the area.
Okay.
Probably around, kind of aiming down. I'm probably at her and maybe at her feet, because we really don't want to shoot the console up.
Oh, okay. Good move.
So in comes some suppressive fire, which is an agility attack against your vigilance defense.
Vigilance defense is 13. That's the target number.
Okay. 11 plus 5 is 16.
Okay, well, that hit.
Vigilance, right? But I'm wondering, because I really want to stun her, if we can burn my combat trickery. Spend 5 focus to change that die to a Marvel.
Okay.
So I don't have much focus left. I've only got 17 left. So I'm going to spend 5 more to do combat trickery, which would be kind of like, some of her suppressive fire will kind of like be off to the side a little bit. And what it's going to do is kind of like try to dislodge something maybe in the ceiling. Maybe some of her suppressive fire will go too wide. She's like, what are you even shooting at? But she'll like trying to dislodge something from the ceiling and kind of come down and like conk her on the head.
Sure.
And hopefully stun her that way. So we're going to change that Marvel die to a Marvel result. Burn a reaction on that. If we end up doing focus damage, then we'll also apply a stun result. Now, this is against her health, so I think she does have health reduction, right?
She does. She's got sturdy 1, so she'll be reducing it by 1.
Okay, so that will take that modifier down to a 4. So it's 58 focus damage. And unless there's something else tricksy that Deathbird can do about it, that will thankfully yield a stun condition.
No, go ahead.
So, hooray, she's stunned.
Okay, so yeah, we've got shenanigans out the wazoo already from these pirates. For sure, yeah. So Hepzibah just one-shotting Oracle somehow. She didn't see that coming. And then stunning Deathbird.
Yes, the one who only combat trickery.
Combat
for the
trickery.
scene, yeah.
Well, sure.
Now we are using the stun rules from Tony's workshop, which is the changed stun rules. So this version of her being stunned means that she stops concentrating on anything she's already concentrating on.
That's pretty normal.
She all her standard actions will have trouble. She can't take a movement action, and attacks against her will have an edge.
All right. Well, this decision loses her complete turn.
That's the nice thing I think about the new version of stun, is that at least you can do something on your turn. Yeah.
Okay. Raza.
Oh, Raza's up next. Oh, it's good seeing Deathbird stun and seeing his opportunity. I'm hoping he can. I don't know, he might be too far away, but he's going to try to dash in there. His movement is, only a run speed of 5.
Yeah, it won't.
Far away. Yeah, his game plan is to get up to that console, right? So if he has to double move. Okay, so we'll just move I'll move our maximum range of 5 spaces towards that console.
Towards the console?
Yeah, towards the console to unlock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, because I'll just move next turn and then interact with it, hopefully if I'm not stunned or dead, seeing a stunned Deathbird, I guess we will take a shot at him with our energy pistol.
Cool.
So let's do an agility attack at Deathbird against her agility defense with an edge this time because she is stunned.
Right.
Woohoo! Marvel! 2. Oh, to a 1, so it's only a 2. Uh-oh, I hope I can still hit her. Yikes.
15.
11 plus 4 is 15.
It's 15. Beats
this makes it. Oh, that was close. Okay. It's a Marvel, so this
damage
will be
reduction
double
1.
Damage reduction 1, okay. So that will bring his multiplier down to a 3 only, boo. 38 health damage.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So we're putting in the work onto poor Deathbird there.
Crazy. Alrighty.
Okay, and that will be his turn.
All right, well, Deathbird is up next in the initiative order. So she is stunned, so she can't move. And she'll have an attack with trouble, or whatever she wants to do. Protect me! Take them down! And she's going to yell that at the only remaining person, Warstarved.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's a real inspiring speech. Protect me! Take them down!
So Warstar gets inspired.
I guess if that's the only thing she can really do with
Yeah.
it. Whale can't move. Okay, Corsair.
Okay. Is he within range 10 of Deathbird? Yeah, he's just going to shoot. Right now, standing where he is right now, he's just going to shoot Deathbird again. And let's try to bring her down a bit more. She's still technically stunned right now until the start of Hepzibah's turn. So we'll have an edge on this attack. So let's not let that go to waste. So let's make a ranged attack at Deathbird. Here we go. Good thing we got an edge because I'm going to re-roll that 2 on that Marvel die. Do a 4. Not amazing. It's 8 plus 5.
13.
Is that her agility?
No, it's 15.
Dang! If I don't use it, I'll lose it. All right, I'm going to burn a reaction to also do combat trickery. That will turn that into a Marvel. So that will give me exactly 15. So she has damage reduction. I'll bring down a 4. 4 times 5 is 20. 25, so that's 50. It'll be 50 points of health damage.
All of a sudden, you're using all this combat trickery?
Yeah, we use combat trickery. So to emphasize combat trickery, I don't know how to do this. Maybe with Raza, there, kind of the blocking is her vision of Corsair. He kind of like, I don't know how to do combat trickery at this point. Make some trick shots, maybe bounce it off some walls or off the turret, something like that, and looks like the shot's going wide, but ricochets off the turret and hits her in the back of the head. I don't know, man.
Okay.
It's trick shot. For combat trickery.
Right. Okay. Well, it was 50 points of damage.
Yeah, it ended up being 50 points of damage total.
She's got 2 health points left. Oh boy.
Okay. So she's still standing, but just barely.
Holy smokes. Okay. Does Corsair want to do anything else? Does he want to move?
Yeah, I think we'll move. I don't want to always bunching up there, so he might move to put himself behind that pillar and Warstar.
He's moving backwards?
Yeah, he'll
So
move
here?
parallel behind that pillar.
Right back here? Okay.
Maybe we can try to get some cover behind that pillar. I don't know. Yeah, that's the plan right now.
Run away and live to fight another day. Okay. All right. That's him?
Yep.
Okay, Warstar's about to activate. He's seen a whole bunch of just shots going into his leader. He's not going to have any more of that.
Royal Princess.
So he's going to move, so he can get right in there, right next to her and in between Raza, and he's then going to use a, I don't know, good old-fashioned probably smash.
Oh, gravy.
All right, and he's got an edge on that, thanks you to our lovely leader.
And I think Smash gives him an edge, so this should be double.
Yeah,
edge.
Smash will have also an edge. And you're going to pump a bit of damage into it, too. All right, let's see what we get. Here we go. All right, we got a 6, 2, and a 5. 13 plus 5 is 18. Does that hit?
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay. Then we're going to use one of our edges here. Nope, that's still 5. And then I guess we'll use the lost edge. No, that's still 5. Okay. So he just does a 5 on the Marvel.
Okay, we do have a little bit of damage reduction for all his cybernetic bits and armor.
So it was 34 plus 8, so 44 points of damage.
44. Ouch. That hurts. That rung his bell.
That's all. He's just going to stand there guarding, and he took his action to do the bang bang with the smash. Okay, awesome. All right, that brings us down to the bottom of the initiative order. That's when the turrets whir and whiz. We got one turret here that's going to shoot at Raza.
Okay.
It's not great. There's only 2 on the Marvel dice, so we are looking at 14.
14 is exactly what you needed.
Okay, well, 2 reduced to 4 plus 3. Okay, wow. All right, so the turret goes off. Does 7 points of damage.
It's adding up. 7 points of damage. Poor Raza.
This turret right here that's right beside Hepzibah can't really point down at her, so it's going to shoot across at Corsair probably misses with a 10 plus 13.
Yeah, his agility is 15.
Okay, no, that'll miss to go wide. And then this turret over here is going to take a shot at Hepzibah.
Okay. Is you behind a cover, or did you get cover for that?
With the cover, you just change that marvel into a 4, which gives us a total of 11 plus 14. Does that go? We're looking for an agility.
Yeah,
15.
her agility defense is 15.
Okay, well, that
Did
very well. Yeah, just blast right into that thing that's standing right in front of her. And I guess we go right back to the top of the round. Okay, so Oracle's still down. Hepzibah.
Hepzibah is going to move up right beside Raza.
Okay. What's her
she
movement?
gets 6 spaces.
Oh, she gets 6 spaces here. She can get rid of it there. Yeah. Wants to get right beside him.
Yeah, right beside him. That's perfect. And as she moves, Corsair is going to try to put down some covering fire. Okay, so with the trigger, an ally within line of sight begins its turn.
Okay.
So as Hepzibah's moving up, Corsair is going to lean around that pillar and put down some covering fire.
Okay.
I guess lace that into Warstar.
Okay.
And we're just going to do an agility attack against Warstar's vigilance.
Okay. Against his health.
Against his health, but it'll end up being focus damage if anything goes through. But we're hoping for a marvel on this roll. A vigilance defense. You know what? May not even bother checking.
13?
I don't think this is gonna. I only got a 2 on the Marvel die, so I doubt this is gonna do anything. It's only 12.
12,
right?
Yeah.
So that, unfortunately, that cover fire. I guess he was too worried about hitting Hepzibah and that just cover fire.
Oh, that makes sense. All right. So it just goes a little bit wide. That's fine. Okay.
Wow, wasted 10 focus on that.
Okay, so Hepzibah is moving up.
She's now moved up there to get beside Raza.
Okay.
And as she's doing so, she's going to start shooting at Deathbird.
Yeah. That kitty wants her birdie.
So, make an agility attack against Deathbird's agility defense. We got a 4 on the Marvel die, so that's 15.
Okay, meets it, beats it. So, Warstar is now going to have to interpose.
Okay.
So he'll take the hit.
Okay, so he'll be reaction, he'll take the hit.
Yeah.
So it'll be against his
reduction of 2.
Yeah. Reduction. Shoot. Okay, so 5 down to a 3 then on the multiplier. 12 plus 5 is only a 17.
Okay.
So he will take 17 damage.
Okay, we'll note that here. Well, Mr. Raza gets to go next.
Ooh, Raza's turn, eh? Okay, yeah, we need to get to that console, right? That's the whole.
That's why he was moving up there, yeah. And all the while, you hear that sounds of Havok just wailing through the prison there as the null power cell continues to zap him.
So he's going to go in around Warstar and get beside the console, and within melee striking range also of Deathbird. So the other side, he's going to get right next to the console.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And also,
Sorry.
if he can fit in there within melee range of Focus Fury.
A focused Fury attack.
Yeah, that will give me the edge on this attack.
It's going at Deathbird, not Warstar. Deathbird.
No,
okay. Okay, so Raz is taking his focused Fury.
Yep, that's the one that gives me an edge. Yeah, we're going to crank maximum focus on this. We're going to spend 15 focus on that as well. In goes the attack with an edge. What's Deathbird's melee defense? I rolled like crap.
15.
Ooh boy. I'm only at 11 right now, but I've got an edge. Ugh. I don't think I improved very much. I'm at 13. I'm still missing, but if Hepzibah can use a reaction to help teammate, we'll give another edge.
Yeah, should we get our reactions back, yeah?
Yeah. So we'll roll this 2. 5, does that do it? 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 4 is 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just enough.
Guess you could use a sinister plot point to get trouble.
Okay.
Try to save her bacon.
Which one do we re-roll? The 5, which is the highest?
Yeah.
Or the, yeah? Okay.
Well, you have to re-roll the best one, which would be the highest.
Yeah, the Marvel sometimes is the best one, but this is the highest one, right? So we'll re-roll 5. Come on, stay a 5 or better. Rolled into a 6.
So it goes back to 5, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, then, yeah, she goes, well, what's the damage?
Just knocked unconscious. Well, let's see.
Is it more than 2?
Damage reduction. Yeah. Melee modifier would be a 4 after her damage reduction. So 23 points of damage to knock her unconscious.
Yeah, so she'll be unconscious for right now. There. Oof. Knocked out by Raza. Is anything else he wants to do?
That's it. That's his action.
Yeah, so it comes to Deathbird's turn. She's going to try to do a health recovery.
Okay. She can spend some sinister plot points to help recovery. Maybe some like.
No, it's just her resilience. It's just come back.
Okay.
So we got
12 over 10.
Well over 10.
So
yeah.
6 times her rank.
6 times her rank, which is a rank 4. 6 times 4 is 24.
It's really good.
Yeah, so she's back to 3 health points.
Nice.
But she's back on her feet, recovered.
We had her unconscious, but
she's too resilient to go down to such a silly attack like that. But you could see that as a free action, she's going on a commuter. She's like, call in the Praetor.
Oh no.
Get me Gladiator! No! And that's it. That's all she can do.
Well, that's right.
But yeah, it'll come up to Corsair's turn next.
Yeah, he's going to, I think, run and gun. He's going to start charging in there. You go move 5 spaces directly towards Deathbird.
Okay, I'm doing right here. With that, you have to go around the pillar. Right there.
So, seeing her standing back up, he's just going to take a standard agility attack.
Because there's a big person right in front of that attack, I'm going to give this
she can
attack.
skulk at this time too, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So she's going to skulk. Yeah, because it's a ranged attack, so she can skulk out. She's got a reaction.
All right, now she's going to skulk.
Okay, so skulk behind Warstar, so it's attack will be on Warstar, but who is the lower defense? Warstar,
yeah,
right?
Warstar.
Yeah.
Warstar for sure.
Warstar. We got a Marvel on the dice.
No!
So that's definitely going to hit 13
it will
plus 5.
Yeah, that'll hit. You beat it.
We beat it.
You put the Marvel into it. All right.
Yeah.
So is there any special effects on this one?
Well, it's an energy pistol, so it does do stun on a Marvel.
Oh dear. These tricks some Starjammers, I tell you.
But he's got double damage reduction of 2.
Yes.
Minus 2, so that will bring that 5 down to only a measly 3. 46 damage and a stun effect.
Okay. So she's going to use her second reaction to do keep moving.
Yeah.
And we're going to get rid of that stun condition
yeah.
on
That's
Warbird.
only fair.
Sorry.
Warstar.
Warstar, there we go. So that will give us to Warstar right now. He's going to take his turn. He sees Raza there taking the knife to his leader. He also wants to get him away from the console. I'm going to see if we can do a banging head situation here. Going to take the 2 of them, nearby enemies. We're going to try to smash some heads together. Make 1 melee check against the melee defense scores of 2 enemies within reach. If the attack fails against either foe, it's a waste of a turn. All right, we're going to try to bang heads between Hepzibah and Raza.
So it's okay. So Raza's melee is 14, but Hepzibah is 15.
Sure, we can do that. Here we go. Probably 18.
Yeah, and we don't have any.
Only 4 on the Marvel
we don't have any karma on these 2 characters.
We're going to bang the heads. All right, so what is the result of banging heads? If the attack is successful, both foes take full damage. It's only a 4 on the Marvel die. Now, is there any damage reduction?
Yeah, only on Raza, though.
Okay, so it's 32.
Okay, so 32 to Hepzibah?
Yeah.
Okay.
28 to Raza.
Still up, but hurting bad.
So yeah, he's just going to stay there, I suppose. Bottom of the round, the turrets are going to fire off. So 1 turret against each. 1 turret against Raza. This one is definitely not going to hit. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's going to miss.
Yeah, that misses.
Okay, against Hepzibah. 15. We got 11 plus, what did we say, 3, 14?
Okay, miss.
Oh, jeez. All right, and then against Corsair. Not going to hit. No, not going to hit.
Okay.
We got 6, 7, 8, 9.
Miss.
So yeah, those are pretty lousy automated defenses. These guys are pretty quick. But that brings us to round 3. When do you want Chode to show up?
I forgot about Chode. Yeah,
we have an incoming gladiator.
Yeah. Well, I think at this point, Chode would have gotten himself into position, and I think he was waiting for a call on the comms that had never come. He's just like, no, it's been too long. So he takes the STD cannon that he's hanging off the open belly of the Starjammer. So there's a cargo bay that kind of opened up below, and he lets that giant cannon rip into the cave ceiling above the structure, and bores right down into the location that he was given.
As per the name, the super terrain destroyer blasts right through the terrain into, luckily, hopefully not hitting somebody.
Yeah, hopefully not.
I think a lot of people could probably take some debris from this. I was going to say, anyone within that range, so these 4 would have to make an agility against what?
A 15?
15?
Okay.
Or they just take like minor damage from falling debris. So let's see if they can make an agility. Oh, this is going to just...
Corsair's good. Hepzibah. Hepzibah will get 9 + 7. Yeah, she's good. It's non-combat, right? Dodging out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Raza rolled high enough to avoid it as well too. Yeah.
So Chode fires the STD into the blindly almost into the chamber, but luckily manages to avoid everybody, and falling debris manages to deflect and avoid everyone as well. So Chode's coming on in of the ceiling, and then we're just going to have him just rappel right down on top of there. Where do you? I mean, you can't really. He's just coming swinging down off of a line. Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. He kind of rappels down off the line. He kind of drops the cannon there on the cargo bay of the Starjammer, and it just takes 4 other cables and his cable, and just kind of like jumps and kind of rappels down freestyle and lands right on top of the rubble, and just lets the ropes go. So now we have an escape vector to climb back up, or to retract back up these ropes, which are attached to a winch inside the hull of the Starjammer.
The Starjammer, perfect. So the Starjammer is in position. No anti-firing because you shut down the turrets. So and hopefully the cloak is still engaged.
Hopefully we're still cloak.
So hopefully we're still good that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Chode, nice of you to finally join us. I didn't hear a call yet, Captain, but I figured you could use my help. You figured right. We gotta get Havok out of there. Take these guys down. But Praetor's on his way. Gladiator? That's not good news, Captain. Not good news at all, Chode. Not good news at all. We gotta move fast.
Indeed. And speaking of fast, we're at the top of the order again. That's going to give us... So we do have initiative rolled for Chode. He's a 15, so he's not going yet. Hepzibah is the first to go.
Okay. She's got to... She's just going to... I mean, Raza's the one that's got the key code to unlock this thing, so she's just going to...
Choose violence still?
Choose violence still, yeah. She's just going to unload on these 2 and split her attacks. So half the attack is going to go against... Warstar, and the other attack is going to go against Deathbird, and finally, hopefully,
well, it's a ranged attack, but he can still interpose though, which is what he's trained to do. Yeah, so we'll just do that.
Rolls ranged attack. Those shots are going into, but I guess Warstar will step in front of both, all the shots that are last. He's going to take it full front.
He's going to take both of them. Yeah, he'll take both. Yeah. But target is 14.
Okay. We hit that. 17.
There you go.
So 6 on them will die. 18 plus 5.
Okay, 23.
22 points damage, onto poor Warstar there. But Deathbird stays up. Yeah, then she's going to use her movement. To get hopefully beside Chode.
She's going to move right up to Chode?
Well, right to the other side, right between her, Chode and Corsair.
Oh, right on the rubble.
If she can get between. I was hoping as Chode could kind of interpose or do something to protect her if need be.
Oh yeah, but she can do that right here too.
Okay, fair enough.
Just for camera kindness.
And or she's close to the ropes too.
That's what I thought you wanted to choose.
No, fair enough. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Distract herself.
Okay, so that's Hepzibah.
Okay, so we've got a Raza and a Gladiator. So just as Raza is about to take his action, a crack of lightning, which is weird because you wouldn't expect lightning to be in an atmospheric planet. And then all of a sudden you hear the booming voice of, once again, the Praetor of the Imperial Guard. Stand down, Starjammers! This is your last and only warning.
Glides in through the hole we just made?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, thanks for the entrance.
Oh, boy.
What's the Gladiator gonna do?
He's the closest to them, right?
Yeah, I guess he'd just be flying and hovering over. He's just going to hover over the Imperial Guard, and he's going to rally the Imperial Guard and just give them a battle cry to stand up against the Starjammers and to uphold Imperial justice.
Gives them an edge.
It gives them an edge, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to say that maybe as a kind of a backup plan, or maybe on the elevator ride down, it's like Corsair would have preemptively told Raza that if Praetor does show up, that's basically it for that's basically game over. What we'll need to do then is kind of show him the evidence that we have that Havok is actually a free man. Me and Gladiator aren't exactly on the best of terms most times, but he is an honorable man and he knows right from wrong. Gladiator comes in the field, the first thing you're going to do is show him that recording that you took. So Raza, remembering this, kind of looks up at the
Recorded it, obviously.
Yeah, he had the recording done of the tape, and he kind of hits one button on his wrist, and a holographic projector shows up and starts replaying the scene that they had recorded with Deathbird inside the cell with Havok. Praetor, feast thine eyes on this new information, and know that yon son of Corsair is innocent. And he'll play the recording, and it will replay back what Deathbird was saying about how she had nefarious plans to wipe out the Earth's star, only to power up an Imperial star, killing billions in the process. Not just the Earth star, but multiple different Earth stars, or multiple different stars.
Potentially,
and I don't know how much more was recorded, but and I don't know how much I can recall from what you said there, but the gist of it was Deathbird bad, Havok good.
Well, I mean, Havok stopped a nefarious plan of Deathbird to try to siphon power out of at least the Earth star, potentially other stars too, which would, kill billions of people, just to save or preserve a star within the Shi'ar Empire loyalists. So Deathbird, seeing that play out, she would be like, lies, deception. You know these scum, these rebels, they'll say anything. Praetor, act now. Destroy them! I command you!
So that's his action, and he might look at the console and maybe take a few steps back and not wanting to be...
Oh, so he's gonna move?
No, he'll stand his ground. Like, if he doesn't believe him, he might have to still quickly jab his hand in there to try to unlock the doors. Okay. But yeah, he'll stand his ground there and just look up at him and be like, "'Tis truth, 'tis audio, 'tis video, It's not photoshopped."
It's on YouTube. It has to be real. Okay.
But that's all Raza can do, really.
Yeah. Okay. Then Deathbirds is going to go, and she'll be like, "No, destroy them. They speak lies." So, Deathbird gets that opportunity to try to save herself. She's got a bunch of movement with her flight speed, so she sees the opportunity to get out through the hole created, and so she's just going to try to, Praetor, destroy them! She's going to try to fly away, save her own skin. Yeah, and not, of course, try to fall under the gaze of the Praetor, the Gladiator,
judgment
of his gaze. Yes, doesn't want to try to face his ire. Right after Deathbird is Corsair. Okay. Yep, you got it.
So yeah, you'll pile onto that. It's like, see how she flees? If she was innocent, she would never run away. Only a guilty run away. Only guilty flee. We are here to plead Havok's case. You've seen irrefutable evidence. And in the absence of your princess here, you have authority now on these grounds. You alone can help me save my son from torture and death. Please, Praetor, let us leave here with Havok. You've seen evidence to clear his name. We'll bring this to the Lowlander as well, too. Do the honorable thing. And he just lowers his weapon, just throws it to the ground. Be the honorable man.
All right, he hears that. Give me an ego check.
Okay. Any chance I can get an edge on this if I've got presence or anything like that?
You could use a karma.
I have presence.
Yep. Let's get an edge on that too.
So that might give you a trait that will help out here, hopefully.
With seeing Deathbird flee, seeing the recording, seeing Corsair here, I would say all those things do help to reduce the target number, although he's still very skeptical. But he does see the conviction that he does understand the recording and what it means and what it says. Yeah. So he's got some doubt. Thinking 15 for difficult.
Yeah, 15. Okay. All right. Well, I wrote some 2s here, so I'm going to use edge from presence. Thank you very much. Okay, 3, not much better. So I'm sitting at right now a 10 plus 4, so 14 only.
So yeah, to set it at difficulty of 15.
Okay, so I'll use a karma and start rolling some 2s here.
Yeah.
So we're close. All right, roll it 2 into 3. That would actually give me 15 then.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 4 is 15.
Yeah. Seeing the conviction, hearing the evidence, understanding the situation needs more clarity. He will grant leniency, I think, at this point in time, with too much uncertainty clouding his mind. You even see some sort of like power just sort of wane from him as well. Like he can just
deflates a little bit.
He deflates a little bit, yes, exactly, with the uncertainty and the fact that for this to be true is a demoralizing blow for him. Something that he wants to investigate, something that he wants to look into. But seeing the conviction and knowing that the Starjammers would not leave without further bloodshed, knowing that he doesn't want that on his hands, he'll grant leniency this one time. But know this, Corsair. Should your evidence choose to be false, there is nowhere in this galaxy that you can hide from me. And then, yes, without knowing what else to say further than that, he will then, of course, turn to the console, quickly tap in commands that you can see that the energy, the null energy field just completely dissipates, and Havok falls to the ground. And he will tell Warbird to collect Oracle and to follow him. They're going to take their leave now.
Can you assure our safety as we leave, please?
Your safety is your own concern from here on out. Warstar will collect Oracle. So he'll Iron Man his way out, holding on to Oracle. His shield will be developed to keep them safe from the environmental effects.
Okay.
And then the force field fades from the prison there, holding Havok. Doors are down.
Okay.
Null field has been nullified.
Phew.
Vince the Praetor of Imperial Guard.
For now, yeah.
For now.
Well, we'll bring this evidence to the Lander. I think that might be our next stop, if we can get an audience, or at least communicate with her somehow. But right now, we're going to get Havok out of there, so of course they'll run over.
Yeah.
Of course, grab Havok. Havok, maybe he's able to move. We'll kind of
he'll limp over. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll all grab the ropes,
right,
and have
including Raza.
We'll limp over there, damaged, broken, still alive. We'll all grab onto the ropes and just have the winches activate and yank us back into the belly of the Starjammer.
Excellent.
Beeline it for safety and get the heck out of here.
Yeah, excellent, great, fantastic. The Starjammers get back to their ship. Immediately try to immediately engage the engine, still with their stealth, still undetected by the Shi'ar Empire ships, and they're able to make a quick and hasty exit. Jumping to the stars.
Chode, get us out of here. Aye, aye, Captain. Light it up. Let's go. The shunt drive powers up, and we take off to faster than light speed. We get the hell away from this moon. Checking on, of course, we're checking on Havok. We're going to take him to our medic. Of course, we got our medical bay. Yeah, we got our medic as well too. But we'll just take him to the med kit, med bay.
Nice.
We'll all get patched up, and then we'll formulate a plan to try to contact Landra and let her know the information as well too. Hopefully, Gladiator might send word back as well too. Yeah, but we're just now gonna clear Havok's name.
Excellent. That's great. Yeah, fantastic. And with that, the Starjammers once again pull off the impossible and rescue Havok. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Great. Well, thanks so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed that. We really enjoy making these videos for you. If you do like it, please make sure you like and subscribe and share our videos with your friends. So until next time, keep rolling those dice
and unlocking the power of the multiverse. Take care, everybody. Whew, that was a good one. No!